Okay. I think we are good to go live. Yes, we are. That's what I love to see. That is what I love to see. That is what I like to see, Nationers. Oh my goodness. Nationers, welcome back into another live stream. Wow. Oh, wow. I think the Chiefs are going for it on 4th and 3 right now. I'm watching the end of that game as we go through here, Nationers. Looks like they are going for it. Offensive pass interference. No, they're just not going to call that. They're just not going to call offensive pass interference. That's okay. Because that definitely was offensive pass interference. I hate to say it, but yeah, that, let's see. Let's watch this play again. Anywho, Nationers, welcome back. I hope that you guys are doing well. Oh, maybe it wasn't. Damn, I kind of thought it was. I thought he ran into the dude, or some dude ran into the defender. Who wins today's game? Super excited to do this one. Raiders versus the Browns. Let's see. Let's hope the Chiefs don't have like a game-winning. Okay, they ran the ball on first down. That's what they did last set of downs. So hopefully it runs pretty easy here. But Nationers, nonetheless, it is so great to see you guys back here, back at it for another watch party stream. By the way, James got motion. Yeah, we're gonna be doing play-by-play for the game. I gotta get my roster ready here for the Browns. Like I mentioned, this is Shadur's starting gig. It's his first ever start. By the way, I am Courtney. I don't know if I have any that I know off the top of my head. Let me look up Browns roster. Their roster has changed a lot this season, it seems like. Okay, so let's make sure. Let's grab these guys. Let's grab all of their active roster just so we know who we're talking about, just like we normally do, Nationers. Did I did that twice. Okay, should do that once. Browns, Cleveland Browns. I always keep typing Browns like Borns, because I type the O before the R. Browns roster, because I'm just too fast with the typing. By the way, Kenneth, welcome in. By the way, Bob Cato, we are going to be doing play-by-play for the game. Tip-off here, or tip-off like this is basketball. It should be here in the next few minutes, but we will be doing play-by-play for the game. By the way, Victor, thank you so much for hitting that follow button. Welcome to the nation. Welcome to the realest community on the internet. Right now, I'm setting up my roster. I wish I did this last night. I just didn't get the chance to. What do I do? Yeah, college there. Number there. Yeah, that should be good. Oh, come on. Get that nice and tight. Perfect. By the way, Chance, what is good? A game for the first pick. By the way, Pelly Pell, Cameron Fowler, and Chance, thank you guys all so much for hitting that follow button. By the way, Chance, what do you mean by that? You don't mind me asking. I'm watching the Colts-Chiefs game right now, obviously, you know, as a Raiders fan. Seeing the Chiefs, how they're going to try and get to the playoffs. I mean, a win here is there. By the way, are you going to show the game? Johan, I'm going to be doing play-by-play for the game, if that makes sense. Let's go ahead and set this up here. Got that. And then I need to move the other game over. I guess I'm just going to have to... We're going to just have to see the results of that Raiders game, or of that Chiefs game, it looks like. We're just going to have to watch it. Anywho, Nationers, let me get you guys the play-by-play here and all of that good stuff. But, like I mentioned, Nation, we are going to be doing play-by-play. I hope that you guys are doing well. It is so great to see you guys in here. The Las Vegas Raiders are kicking off to the Cleveland Browns. We are in Allegiant Stadium here. Looks like number 33 or 34, 32. Going to be taking this one out. 22. Dylan Sampson, one of the rookies out of Tennessee. He brings it out to the 26-yard line. Like I mentioned, Shadur Sanders is getting his first ever start. I mean, there is a lot of fans in the crowd. Dion's there. He's in a booth. He's eating wings right now. But super excited, Nationers, about this one. Manny, tomorrow, the Panthers, baby. The Panthers, man. Yeah, it is illegal to stream the game, and I'm not going to slap my face onto to that. I just give play-by-play. If you guys want, you guys can give it to another streamer by any means. Going to be a run up the middle for Judkins. He's got a gain of like 1 inch. Still, I don't know who's showing the game. I just know that I'm giving play-by-play. So if you guys are watching the game or aren't able to watch the game and obviously want to give some play-by-play or just come in between plays, you certainly can. By the way, Mr. Caleb James, what is good? How you doing today? Still, I'm on YouTube TV because I paid for YouTube TV this year. And I understand it is quite expensive, especially in out-of-market games. So, yeah. How do you share both screens? Artist, I'm not too sure what you're talking about. We do have Shadur with a screen pass at the numbers for number 34, Jerome 4 this time. That was now number 34. He's going to be stopped after a gain of 2. But Hazzy, what is good? Welcome in. How you doing today? Go Raiders. Going to be an interesting one here because especially this matchup, but it's not the worst if we do win this game in terms of like draft pick. A lot of teams are at 2 and 8. We would obviously be ahead of them if we won. But the one thing that is nice to know is that a lot of teams don't really need a quarterback at the beginning of this draft. So that is hopeful. By the way, how do you share the game and show yourself? I don't. Hold on, give me a second. Shadur in shotgun across the middle for Jerry Jeudy. That is not Jerry Jeudy. That is Isaiah Bond, the rookie out of Texas. I don't know if you guys remember some of the things that he had in the offseason that kind of ruined his draft stock. It also looks like Jeremy Chin was shaken up on the play. But not a bad first drive out of Shadur. Looked pretty comfortable. A lot of quick plays, a lot of quick sit routes, you know, even different types of looks, you know, just not running the ball initially. Browns are Browns. Raiders, baby. But by the way, Jade, welcome back. How you doing today? Let's go Raiders, baby. Artists, you're talking about sharing this. I have all my stuff on OBS. So basically on the vertical screen that you guys are watching on TikTok, I'm sharing the scene. And so whatever I do with the scene basically changes on both YouTube and on TikTok. So yeah, like I can scroll down here, my fantasy guys. I still have a chance to win. But JSN absolutely destroyed my fantasy on the other end. I also gave up Kenneth Walker because he's done nothing for me. And then the 1 week he does something against the Titans, he's got like 13 points. By the way, the Browns are punting away. Going to be fair caught at the 14-yard line. Geno Smith and the Raiders offense going to take the field for the first time this game. Oh, man. Let's see how this one looks. I know a lot of people were very upset with Chip Kelly, mostly throughout through this season, of course, not getting people involved or just being very one-dimensional, calling an offense like it were college Ohio State last season. But, you know, with that being said, Jade, great to see you in here. Thank you so much for hitting that follow button. Welcome to the nation. Welcome to the realist community on the internet. By the way, Cowboys, what is the game on? I'm watching it on YouTube TV. DK got a touchdown. Nice, making that a close one. Geno Smith under center. Play action dash and Genty looking deep. Oh, and it's just off the offset of Trey Tucker. Geno's got to make that throw. It's a wide open play action throw on a corner route, and he's got to make that. Trey Tucker wide open after they switched with Brock Bowers in motion. Trey Tucker also looked like he didn't think the ball was going to him, but he's wide open, man. But yes, nonetheless, let's see. What if you can't pay for this? Is there something else you can watch it on? I'm sure some people in the chat will know, but I will not mention any. Certainly, Geno Smith in shotgun. Quick inside zone run for Ashton Genty. He's going to get to open space here. He's going to get about 7 yards on a 2nd and 10. Third down coming up. But, yeah, I'm sure there's websites out there. I'm sure some people probably know some websites. But yeah, I do watch on YouTube TV myself and give play-by-play to even people like yourself that maybe can't watch the games when they want to watch the games. Oh, the Chiefs are at 2nd and goal at the Indy 3. Man, they're really going to sneak away. 3rd and 3 coming up. Geno Smith in shotgun here. He's been in shotgun like 99% of the... Other than, yeah, give it to Michael Mayer. No, nice. Okay, he's going to run for it. Not bad, not bad, not bad. First down for the Raiders. Comfortable. Hollow, the Broncos have had a really good season, man. They've had a really, really good season. I'm not going to lie. I'm not here to, bicker by any means. I respect the Broncos. They're Bo Nix is one of my favorite players out of college because I'm an Oregon fan. I like the Denver Broncos a lot. One of my friends is a Denver Broncos fan. So we were watching the game last week against the Chiefs. We were rooting for him. By the way, Cam, what's good? Welcome back. How you doing today? Nick, thank you so much for hitting that follow button. Geno Smith in shotgun, trips right formation, Brock Bowers in motion, 2x2 set. Geno Smith screen for Ashton Genty. He's going to get into open space. He's going to get about 4 yards on the screen here. Bro, we're supposed to be rivals. That's how you treat it. I understand that it's rivals. When the game is on, man. But sorry we don't see that eye to eye. I respect good football, and I enjoy watching good football. That 4-yard screen pass is going to be negated after a hold on the new center, Will Putman. In case you guys didn't know, Will Putman, he's now the center. Jordan Meredith moved to right guard. So, going to be interesting to see what happens when JPJ comes back. He's still going to be inactive for this game. But yes, Manny, thank you so much for the look, by the way. I hope you have an amazing time. I know you got a nice Sunday to get off. You know what I mean? You got a nice little Sunday off. Big Monday. I think me and the guys are going to go watch the Panthers 49ers game tomorrow. I appreciate that, Hollow. There's no reason for me to be emotional about, like, a rival team. I mean, sure, it's nice when the Raiders do beat the Broncos. I mean, we have in many past years, but yeah. Brock Bowers with a 5-yard out route on second down. Yeah, that holding call is kind of rough. I imagine that we're not going to get the first down here on third down. Or maybe no. Excuse me. Second down is coming up. Yeah, because Geno slid. We had the screen pass on first down that had the hold. So, yeah, okay. Perfect. It was 1st and 20. All right, here we go. Tyler Lockett back into the game. Very interesting acquisition after the Titans here. Dante Thornton, single receiver to the left. Tyler Lockett in motion. Screen pass for Trey Tucker, but Brock Bowers just misses the block. Uh-oh. Oh, Kansas City might actually fall here. I think that they're going to just take the field goal. Oh, wow. Sorry, I'm also interested in this Chiefs game. Chicago beat the Steelers. Crazy. High potent offense with a bad defense. It's not surprising, but Cincinnati trying to make a comeback against the Patriots. That would be kind of crazy. Detroit ties it up at the end of regulation. Looks like the Chiefs are going to try and take a field goal here to tie the game. Run up the middle for Ashton Genty. Dude, this line is abysmal, dude. But nobody wants to show the game. Dragon Ball. I promise you there are people that do want to hear the game. If you are looking to watch the game, I'm sure there's other people that would show that, but that is not something I am willing to do Dragon Ball Z. So you can find yourself in another stream, but not mine. But yeah, it's our only year finally beating y'all. It's been a while. There's been a few occurrences. I mean, after the Jarrett Stidham era, the Zach Wilson, even Russell Wilson in there. It's definitely nice to get back in the win column for the Broncos for sure. They're going to punt this one away. Number 84 is going to get himself a punt return. AJ Cole. Oh, AJ Cole with the punt return. Oh my goodness. Wow, AJ Cole absolutely just playing defense against Giannis there in the paint, trying to take a charge. Wow. AJ Cole with the punt return saving tackle on Gabe Larvadane. Oh man, that was rough. This one's also, wait, what? Tripping. That's a soft ass call. That is such a soft call. Oh, I mean, yeah, it is definitely the case by case of tripping, but I'd rather trip, get the tackle, and save a touchdown. You know what I mean? That's what I would do if I'm AJ Cole in that situation. But that means that Shadur possibly could lead this team, the Browns offense, to a touchdown here. They are going to get the ball at the 13-yard line because I believe that's a personal foul and 15 yards tacked on to the spot. Yeah, it was one of those things AJ Cole dove left and his legs obviously get kind of left to the right. And yeah. I would take I'd take Devontae. I like Ibuka, but just against that Rams defense, I'm not too sure. Shadur with a run up the middle for Quinshon Judkins. He's going to get about 6 yards. I would ask myself, how did JSN do last week? That's my question against the Rams. Let me just look that up really fast for you guys. But 2nd and 5, Shadur's going to come off the field? What's going on here? Shadur's coming off the field. The joke who's coming off the field. Is Dylan Gabriel in? Who's in? Let's find out. Yeah, Jason at 100. I mean, it's very possible. I would take him if you want the risk. Oh, we're going Wildcat Jumbo set. Quinshon Judkins right up the middle. He's going to get a first down and a touchdown. Quinshon Judkins, what was Kevin Stefanski popping up? Martha, thank you so much for hitting that follow button, as well as Nick. Thank you so much for hitting that follow button. Welcome to the nation. Welcome to the realest community on the internet. Nice touchdown for the Browns there with great starting position. It was like a fake jet sweep run up the middle. Jeremy Chin also into the game. Could not get the tackle, man. Quinshon Judkins is just too strong. Oh, man. Oh, and Casey's getting the ball to start overtime. That's going to be rough. How is Cincy? Where's this game at? Hold on. We're flipping through some of these plays. Oh, is Joe Flacco about to lead a game-winning drive? And that's going to tack on an extra point as well here for their kicker, Andre Schmidt. Maybe Schmidt. I also have a Waffle Nationers. Michael Rodriguez, thank you so much for that follow button. Welcome to the nation. Welcome to the realest community on the internet. Welcome in. Hollow, this is their second drive. The Browns started with the ball. 3 and out. Punt. Raiders. Like we mentioned. Sorry, Nationers. I'm also eating. I'm eating because I had to kind of rush. I woke up a little late. But Hollow. By the way, Caden Crank, thank you so much for hitting that follow button. Hollow. So Shadur hasn't done anything yet. He's got a pass across the middle for like 5. He's got a screen pass for like 4. He really hasn't done much, at least in terms of throwing yet. I'm sure it is just kind of to get that look and feel right now. Like, he hasn't been the leading guy on these drives. It's definitely been Quinshon Judkins, or just a lot of the run game. But Hollow and Janelle, thank you so much for hitting that follow button. Welcome to the nation. Welcome to the realest community on the internet. By the way, Jerry, are you playing the game? We are not. It's going to be giving play-by-play for the game. Malcolm4354, thank you so much for hitting that follow button. Welcome to the nation. But, yeah, so Shadur really hasn't done much out of the first 2 drives. I mean, the first drive was a 3 and out. The second drive was a play and then a run for it. By the way, I guess it's better than a pick first set. Yeah, it's I mean, I think playing it safe and getting them comfortable is probably the biggest thing. Seeing what plays they can kind of run. I think that's probably going to be it's definitely going to be a run heavy game because I don't think the Raiders are super high up on their run defense. At least watching every game this season. I don't know where it ranks, of course, but I know it's not been great. By the way, Zebediah, we are not showing the game. Give him play-by-play. I'm sure there's other streamers potentially doing that, but unfortunately not here. That is illegal to do. But yes, Chance, thank you so much. Zebediah, have a good one. Thanks for stopping by. But Chance, much love. I appreciate the vibes. I know the Vegas Grand Prix, I heard that... what was it? Lando Norris. I heard that the whole McLaren squad got disqualified. Can I show the game? I technically could. Am I? No, that is illegal to do. I'm driving, so I'm definitely appreciating the play-by-play. Hey, thank you so much, Monkey. I appreciate that. Dylan Laube. I believe that's Dylan Laube. No, yes. It is kind of weird because like Jack Betch, Dylan Laube, and Alex Backman all kind of look the same. They're all just like white, skinny guys. And so, like, all of them technically do take up duties. I don't know if you guys have been watching my Raiders rebuild on YouTube. If you guys look up Jared Hathaway Plus, I've been doing a series after every game, basically rebuilding the Raiders. And I had to drop Dylan Laube last episode, so Jack Betch hopped in, which is kind of funny. My mom texted me. I got to see what she mentioned. Apple's in the garage, and I'm heading to work. Apple's in the garage? She's getting off so late. Here we go. Geno Smith under center. 2x2 set. Trey Tucker in motion to the left. Runs to the right for Ashton Genty. And he's going to get hit behind the line. He's going to go for a loss of 2. My goodness, Myles Garrett in on the tackle. That was, yeah, that's rough, man. I mean, to be fair, is to be expected. But like we've shown, I mean, Myles Garrett is at 15 sacks on the season so far. He needs 8 sacks in the last 7 games, 7 games technically because of this week. Geno Smith under center. Play action. Oh, he's going to get swarmed. Deep pass for Trey Tucker, and he's just, oh man, he is not running these right routes, man. Geno Smith definitely takes a shot. Myles Garrett, I imagine, will get some sacks tonight. Myles Garrett or TJ Watt, who would you take to build a super team? Ooh, that's an interesting one. I like TJ Watt just because I like his build. I mean, partially because I was a big JJ Watt fan back in the day because, you know, that's what it was. But I would probably take Myles Garrett. He's had some years that, like, especially towards the beginning of his career, that weren't great. Whereas, like, TJ was, like, off to a strong start. Myles kind of took a few years to kind of get going. Or at least a year or two. Ashton Genty in motion. Geno, run, blitz up the middle, trying to break it, and he's not. I don't know if Myles Garrett, I don't even think he's in. I don't think he's going to get credit for a sack. By the way, A-Trade, thank you so much for hitting that follow button. What is good? Welcome to the nation. Welcome to the realest community on the internet. I would probably still take Myles. It depends on how much time we have for a rebuild and how much money we have for a rebuild. Yeah, they just triple teamed Myles Garrett on that play, and he still got sacked. Am I surprised, though? Absolutely not. MZ Vibes and Jay, unfortunately, not going to be showing the game. It's illegal to do. I just give play-by-play if you guys want to watch someone else, certainly. No harm, no foul. We all have that free will. Going to be a short punt. Going to be caught at the Raiders' 40-yard, or excuse me, the Browns' 40-yard line. So still a great starting position for the Browns yet again. It's their second best after the 13 yards that they needed for a touchdown. Man, has Casey done anything on offense? Oh my God, they have not done anything. Call overturned. Okay, he must be short. Yeah, dude, the Casey has not done anything in overtime so far. But Hollow, I'm appreciating the vibes, man. I do want to look, now that we're in a game break, I haven't been able to watch many games. Looks like Detroit just went up 34 to 27. Looks like they missed an extra point. That's not going to be good for my fantasy against the New York Giants in overtime. We also had the Houston-Buffalo game. That was a really good game. Houston defense got me 14 points on fantasy. Chicago, 31 points to the Pittsburgh Steelers, 28. New England holds on. They do hold on. 26 to 20 in regulation. Baltimore beat the Jets 23 to 10. The Seahawks hang on for a close one, 30 to 24 against the Titans. Green Bay a handed win, 23 to 6 against the Vikings. Yeah, Hollow, let me get you a look here. Looks like the Giants just got the ball back in overtime. Looks like they've gone for about 10 yards. But yeah, they just got another first down. But Goofy Goober, we losing? Yeah, they had a really good punt return with like a tripping call that like moved them right into the red zone. But yeah, it's going pretty well, it looks like. I mean, Gibbs has 219 yards on the ground on 15 carries. Wando Robinson, he's got 153. I should have picked him up, man. I don't know why I didn't, or maybe I couldn't because it was a claim. I don't know. Jameis Winston had a touchdown, by the way. He had a catching touchdown, a receiving touchdown. I don't know if you guys saw that. Yeah, 219 on 50 carries is nuts. I'm also going to take a bite of my waffle because it's pretty much cold at this point. Mexican Jew, I'm definitely with you. I don't think we need like a top pick. There's not many teams before us that need a quarterback. Like the Titans don't need a quarterback. The Browns don't need a quarterback. Wouldn't be surprised if they went out and got one, but I don't think they need one. Oh, that's going to be a personal foul. Max Crosby with the tackle for loss. Well, maybe not. It was like a clothesline on Samson. on a run to the left. By the way, Baldo, thank you so much for the 6 rows. What's good? How you doing today? By the way, BB, thank you so much for hitting that follow button. Mexican Jew, welcome in. And El Rambo, not streaming the game, just giving play-by-play. Thank you, Hollow, for letting him know while I was eating. I just don't like talking while I'm eating because it's disrespectful, too. And I don't like the way it sounds on a mic. So I'm sure you guys don't like it as well. But nonetheless, 2nd and 13 coming up for Shedeur in this offense. We have 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. In shotgun. Steps up into the pocket. Plenty of time. Shedeur gonna get sacked by Malcolm Kuntz, one of our highest paid defensive players. Malcolm Kuntz, he's gonna get a sack on Shedeur Sanders. Now, one of the things that even from college that Shedeur did, he held onto the ball for quite long. He did also kind of move the ball into his left hand and then back to his right, so he wasn't able to really get it out. But those are things that I think you look at tape, you try and fix. But we are in week 12. Those are things that you probably should fix, at least tendencies like that. You have 2x2 spread offense set. David the Njoku into the game. Deep ball by Shedeur. That one's going to sail over the head of Jerry Jeudy on the boundary. Is it week 11? No, it's week 12, brother. It's definitely week 12. It's week 12. How do I know? Because right now, the 2-8 Raiders, right? That would be week 10. If we lose this game or win this game, we'd have a combined score of 11, right? We already had a bye week, so you need to tack on one more, by the way. It's week 12, bro. I'm also looking at the ESPN thing that says week 12 NFL. So, right. He does. I'm a Colorado fan, so trust me, I watched every game. I did too. I'm not a Colorado fan, but I did too. Just because I live in Washington, so we got to watch a lot of the western regions of the what is it called? The United States. They punted that one away, Nationers, after a deep ball. Shedeur sack and a loss on a run. So punting that back away to the Raiders. This one might be a barn burner of a game, I will say. But yes, sometimes we got to check our sources. I think the Jets and Saints will get a quarterback. I don't think the Saints go in for a quarterback, only because they drafted Tyler Shuck last season, but I would not be surprised if they did. I would not be surprised if they did, actually. But Jets very likely could. They very likely could. And I'm kind of hoping that they win one more game. I think they have one more game on their schedule that they definitely could win. Like, that one's going to be like who's going to lose worse. By the way, yes, Jose, I agree. I really like Aiden O'Connell. He's struggled at times. He's definitely unpolished in a lot of areas, but to say he's the best backup in the league is kind of rough. But he definitely showed last season that he's very capable as a backup, even as a starter at times. But there definitely are guys more talented to start. I know that he did just get activated this week from IR, so interesting to see if we do ever see him in a blowout game or something. I do think Bo Nix is a franchise quarterback. He will be the franchise quarterback for the Broncos for quite some time, and not just because of this season. Do you need to see the game? If you need to see the game, this is not the place. But if you enjoy play-by-play, Capman, then you found the place. By the way, Azari Polk, thank you so much for hitting that follow button. Do you saying that he deserves to start week 1 or that he deserved, like past tense? Because obviously we're week 12 now. The one hard thing though, Jose, is that the Raider system has changed a ton. New offense, offensive coordinator, like that changes a lot, and especially in play style. Like imagine like the 49ers, right? A very quarterback heavy system with Kyle Shanahan. Imagine they played under center and play action, and you know they had like a Zach Taylor offense. Maybe they were more shotgun spread offense. They don't have the receivers for offense like that, right? It really depends on the style of play that you have. Mind you, the line is definitely, like, for the Raiders, it's not going to matter who's at quarterback. The line is abysmal. Run up the middle. Oh, looks like we're going to get a false start. It's supposed to be a run up the middle for Ashton Genty. But, nonetheless, False start on the Raiders offense. Man, there has been a lot of miscues. Dylan Parham, a long-known vet at left guard. Dylan Parham going to be credited with that false start. 1st and 15 coming up at the Las Vegas 21-yard line. So a lot of field to work with. Kind of feels like the, football back in the early 2010s, even in the late 2010s, before everything got moved up to the 25 and then the 30. I remember when the ball started at the 20-yard line. But here we go. Geno Smith in shotgun. 3 wide receivers out to the right. Screen pass, not going to go. Geno Smith's just going to have to take the sack. Just going to have to take the sack. It looks like the cornerback jumped the route. And so Geno did not pop it. That would have been like the Jack Jones interception against the Chargers a few seasons ago. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's, man, good defense there, I will say. Good defense. But Harris going to be credited with that sack. Shelby Harris, that is. I think he used to play for the Raiders back in the day. So 2 sacks credited for the Cleveland defense. Geno Smith under center here on 2nd and 19. A lot of negative plays here. A false start on 1st down and a sack on 4th. Ashton Genty about to... he's going to get like a half yard on a run up the middle. Not going to be great, especially because the run defense and that defensive line by the Browns is really, really good, by the way. Chip Kelly calling the plays here. I like Chip Kelly in college. Like, I mean, he was an Oregon guy. Don't get me wrong, but man, I feel bad for like Raiders fans who come to these games and then watch this team suck, like in person. Like at least they can watch other games with Sunday Ticket. 3rd and 18 here. Going to need a big play here. Geno Smith stepping up into the pocket. Dumps it off to Michael Mayer. He's going to get close. He's going to be about a few yards short after an Ashton Genty block. 4th down coming up. We're probably going to punt this one away again. Just happens, Nationers. Just happens. Hold on. Man, it's gonna take me forever to finish this. That's fair, Manny. So you at least saved $100. I'm sorry to hear that. I mean, at least you did save like from watching it in real life, because technically you could have lost $700 because you would have lost the bet and the tickets and parking and, drinks and food. Not a bad investment there, though. Like, you could have lost at least upwards to $800. But you're only down 300. And, I look at that as a win. I also didn't brush my hair this morning, Nationers. I woke up, ate food, and, got on stream 5 minutes before the game started. So... yeah, with that being said, Manny, I don't blame you for... I mean, that probably would have been a game to watch. There's not really many Raiders games that I think I would go to. My nephew Pee Wee O-line looked better than the Raiders. I said it the other week when we were facing the... was it the Cowboys? Was it the Cowboys? Who was the game before that? Oh, the Broncos? Was it the Broncos game that I said this? Maybe it was the Cowboys. I told my dad, I was like, yeah, I think the Raiders. Oh yeah, it was the Cowboys because Ashton Genty ran 6 times for 7 yards, right? And Ranger, I told my dad, I was like, man, I think the Raiders as cardboard cutouts would be better than this. Orange County, what is good? Welcome in. How you doing today? We are gonna lose. I would not be mad with a loss here. It puts us ahead of Cleveland. I mean, the Giants, man, I kind of needed the Giants to beat Detroit. The Raiders needed that for a better record against them. As long as we don't win this game. But yeah, how the Browns score, it was 7-yard run by Judkins. They got the ball at the 13-yard line. So they had a really good punt return with a tripping foul, which is attacked on another 15. So they got the ball at the 13-yard line. It was just 2 plays. Quinchon Judkins run up the middle pretty much. But Nationers, I will say, in my Raiders rebuild on YouTube. Again, if you guys have not checked it out, Raiders rebuild on Jared Hathaway Plus. Look up Jared Hathaway Plus either with the symbol or it all spelt out. But it's been crazy. Baker Mayfield hurt his foot, by the way. I traded for Baker Mayfield in like week 1 or week 2, and he hurt his foot. So he's going to be out for the regular season. And what's even crazier is that we have Kenny Pickett in. Oh, it's bad. We got Kenny Pickett in. Oh, and one of the reasons why I don't think that the Browns also draft a quarterback, if they did have a draft pick even higher than us, is because they also still have Deshaun Watson on the team, who I'm sure they're like, yeah, we believe in. Little dump off pass for Fannin. He's going to get he's going to get a first down. Dude, Jesus, dude, this guy's a wrecking crew. Is that Darnell Washington playing for the Browns, dude? Could not get down. Hit a guy. Wrap the arms. Tackle him. Edward Snowden. That's not Edward Snowden. That's Charles Snowden. But I always call him Edward. Yeah, Jeremy Chin. Ah, man. Could have been a hip drop tackle. Could have been a hip drop tackle. Max Crosby of all people actually in on the tackle, surprisingly enough. Fannin's had a great season. I had him on my fantasy for a bit. Then he did nothing, and then he started doing something again. Anywho, Shadur in shotgun here after that 17-yard gain. Run for Judkins. He's going to get tackled by Devin White after a gain of 2. Second down coming up. Uh-oh. Okay. So the Chiefs take 8 minutes off the clock, by the way. They take 8 minutes. Wait, what? Hold on. How did the Chiefs win this? Oh, they punted. I didn't realize that the Colts had punted. Oh, man, that's awful. Yeah, the Colts had punted. Looks like the Chiefs are going to get away with a win there. Shadur in shotgun here. Oh, looked like it was supposed to be a screen pass for Fannin. But going to be broken up by that defensive line. Deshaun Watson not happy with that. He's just shaking his head. By the way, little Cookie Monster, if you think the Raiders start Cam Miller, he'll play good? No, unfortunately not. I know a lot of people are really high on him after one preseason game. But if you did watch the 2 preseason games after that, he looked a little iffy at times. He did not have his best games. Handful of picks, just misplays. And was playing against a lot of second and third stringers. They would absolutely eat him alive. I believe that. It doesn't matter what quarterback's back there. I'm sure he'd make a few plays that I think Geno probably wouldn't. I think even Aiden O'Connell would. Deep ball! Deep ball down at the 1! Wow! Isaiah Bond out of Texas with a deep ball on a go ball. He's down at the 1-yard line. Wow, Dion's happy about that. They just panned to him. Wow. Everyone's giving the Shadur Selly. A lot of people like Shadur. He's definitely a fan favorite. Yeah, a little rollout here. Tyree Wilson on the pursuit. Max Crosby on the pursuit. Yeah, just a deep ball right at the numbers. Oh, and he got tripped up. Very well could have been a touchdown. Very well could have been a touchdown. I think Darnay Holmes in on the tackle there. Down at the 2-yard line here. See if Shadur can get a touchdown. They're back into Wildcat, by the way. 3 tight end set to the left. Quinshon Judkins in Wildcat. Oh, looks like there's going to be a false start here of some sort. Or even a timeout. I'm not too sure. Let's see what they call here. Timeout by the Browns. Okay. Don, welcome back. How you doing today? Well, and the one thing, little Cookie, and mind you, I wouldn't say that this is indicative of Cam Miller's play. This is probably mostly partially indicative of like who they've activated. He's just not activated. Cam Miller's on the practice squad right now, so he's not activated at all. But hypothetically, if he were to start, yeah, I think he'd still get eaten alive. Andrew77, thank you so much for that follow button. Braden, welcome in. How you doing today? Great to see you guys all in here. I hope that you guys are doing well. Welcome in on a nice, lovely Sunday afternoon. Hope you guys are having a great start to your week. I know we have Thanksgiving football this Thursday. That's going to be very exciting. Can the Chiefs get a win against the Cowboys? Can Detroit hang on against the Packers? I believe that they're playing. I believe. I say that under the impression that that's the teams that play. Here we go. Quinshon Judkins with another run up the middle. He's going to get a nice little 3-yard run. Good for him, man. I know he had a lot of off the field issues. But, man, he's been fun to watch, though, I will say. Touchdown Eagles. Nice. Nice. Go Eagles there. Not bad. How's Ashton Jensen doing? He's been probably hit behind the line every single time. I think he's had like one positive play. The hard part, Hiba, is probably one of two reasons. Geno Smith is probably still your best option out of all the quarterbacks. I don't think that these last few weeks, every issue is on Geno. I think the offensive line has been like the worst in NFL history, probably. Mind you, there probably is also some really bad lines in the history of the NFL. But part of that is the equation too. Plus, even if you're looking at Kenny Pickett, no first-team reps, anytime that he's came in, he's looked really iffy. Mind you, I mean, that's like a sample size of like, what, 8 plays, if that. But he still looked really iffy. He's had one positive play and a fumble. And any other time, they're just running it. And then on top of that, Aiden O'Connell just got activated, so he hasn't been able to play football for the past 2 months, essentially after a fracture to his hand. Well, pretty much the entire season. We're in week 12 right now, so he just got activated off IR. So Aiden O'Connell is, again, still out of practice. Kenny Pickett's is just kind of buns, but I mean, Geno is buns as well this season as well. So Ravens take first place. Did it take first place in the North? At 6-5? Here we go. Dylan Laube with the return. Started at the 1-yard line. Looking for a gap. He's going to get tackled at the 25-yard line. Not too bad of a starting position, but definitely could be better. I mean, JB, the hard part is I'm surprised that nobody got fired after the Cowboys. I'm sure that I don't know exactly what's going to happen there, to be honest. I only say that for one of two reasons. Like, nothing's happened already, right? Nothing's happened already this deep into the season. There becomes a line where it's like, oh, they're probably going to get fired. Oh, if it's not this week, it's next week. If it's, okay, they're going to hang on. If it's not happening already. Seth, they do not. Not anymore. Geno Smith in the flat for Ashton Genty. He breaks a tackle past the 30. First down for Ashton Genty. Break another tackle, Ashton. Yes! Very nice. Good job, Ashton. He's at midfield. Like to see that for Ashton Genty in the open space. Like to see that. Bailey, what is good? Welcome back. How you doing today? I do think that nobody gets fired. I mean, it would take a lot. Like, the Browns would have to beat us like 50-0. But the Cowboys do not have a bad defense anymore. A lot of people before that game, they got 5 starters back from injury. 5 starters back from injury. They're not a bad defense anymore. Or they're not the defense that was 31st in the league in passing. I'll tell you that. By the way, Bailey, I'm glad to hear that you're doing good. How are you? Great to see you in here again. I'm doing well myself. It was the end of first. That's why the play was blown dead. End of One Nationers, 14-0. Quinshon Judkins with 2 medium distance touchdowns on a run. And a Wildcat. Both of them were the exact same play. Or same formation, pretty much. But a lot of people would look at, obviously the Bengals being the worst passing defense, just the worst defense in the league. I mean, the Raiders still up there as well. In ways. I don't think we're the worst defense by far. But a lot of people are like, oh, the Cowboys, the worst defense in the league. They got 5 starters back. 5 starters, guys. A linebacker, a corner, a safety. They got 5 starters back. Oh, that's not bad, Bailey. I guess maybe bad just because it's 2 days a week. I'm sure you would like to learn more. The Raiders should have got Shadur Sanders. No. I don't think the Raiders should have got Shadur Sanders. I like Shadur as a person, but as a quarterback, he's not high up on my list. If that makes sense. Philip Logan, fire all coaches starting with Chip Kelly and Patrick Graham. Patrick Graham's probably not most of the problems. I think you start with Kelly first. I think Pete's a fine head coach, but his decision-making this season makes me question a lot of the other things, even prior, of course. I feel like they're giving me less days because I'm considered part-time. So is it like 2 days, but just you're working a bunch? If you don't see the problem, you're obviously not watching the game. Well, I never... Okay. I've watched every game. This is our 11th game of the season. Watched every game. Pittsburgh is never good enough because they always choke the North. I remember that 10-0 season. And them just losing every game after that. Yeah, the O-line's definitely. Well, it's kind of interesting because you still are bringing back like a bunch of people who played even last season. But mind you, Colton Miller's still been out with a high ankle sprain. JPJ got hurt against the Jags and whatnot. But yes, baby, just like my moderator Bailey mentioned, not streaming the games, just play-by-play. I agree, JB. I think that this era of football, especially in the mid-2020s, is a lot different than where it was. Even 10 years ago. Especially for Pete. Being as old class as he is, and you're starting to see a lot of old head coaches just dwindle out because they're not how do you say it? They're not changing their game, if that makes sense. But yeah, Geno Smith on a little play action, gonna be just off the hands of Trey Tucker. 2nd and 10 coming up. Shadur did not throw a touchdown. It was Quinshon Judkins, both of them. Quinshon Judkins 5-yard pass. Yeah. One, I also don't think we have the personnel to do something like that as well, JB. Tampa's not trading for Baker. He's not available for trade. I did in my rebuild, though. Ashton Jeanty with a quick screen pass. He's going to get about 11 yards. You would have had to give up a lot for Baker. Mind you, he's making pretty much the exact same money as Geno, but Geno's on his way out. Baker's staying in Tampa. They're not trading him. All right, Geno Smith after that first down. 1st and 10 here. Trey Tucker in motion. Ashton Jeanty run up the middle. He's going to get hit behind the line, and it's still a tackle for loss. I feel like defenses just eat up tackle for losses against the Raiders. Man, the Browns had 28 tackle for losses. But yeah, Philip, I definitely agree with you in a lot of ways, but I think you're just kind of stubborn in your ways, by the way, my guy. I try and look at the positive side of things, but no need to be rude in the chat if somebody disagrees with you in any way. Rowan, yes. I mean, the Browns had, oh man, they've had one big play for Isaiah Bond. That's been their only big play other than the touchdowns. Across the middle for Dante Thornton. He finally holds on to the ball for what feels like his 3rd time on the season. Right across the middle, 1st down. I also think the Raiders have had a lot of drop balls. Plus, I also think the balls have been slightly inaccurate. Geno Smith's height definitely plays to his strengths, but sometimes height. I mean, we saw that with Brock Osweiler being at 6'7". I don't say that for the joke, but sometimes being too tall is not good. Personally, I don't think the first issue is a quarterback custom support. A lot of it is play calling for me and O-line help. Raheem Mostert tries to break a tackle. He does. He's going to take a tackle for loss, though, after breaking a tackle. -4 yards for them. Or, excuse me, Little Cookie. Sorry. Customer support, you said, as a Raiders fan, it's the Raiders, you know. That's fair. I mean, I had high hopes going into the season. I mean, Geno had a decently good season in Seattle. Mind you, he also had a pretty good defense to back it up. So games were pretty close. And a good O-line that was still building. But I understand why they moved on from him. Plus, you're getting a friendly contract with Sam Darnold. Like, if Sam Darnold didn't pan out, became the ghost that he was seeing in the Jets. Geno Smith under center. 3 wide receivers to the right. Trey Tucker in motion. Ashton Jeanty runs to the right. He breaks a tackle. He's going to get about 4. 3rd down coming up. 3rd long. Yo, dude, Hesu Gibbs on fantasy must have fed generations, man. But the one thing for the Seahawks, they got Sam Darnold on a very friendly contract. So you're willing to trade Geno away, get Sam Darnold on a very friendly team contract. You could get rid of him after a year if it didn't work out. But mind you, it's worked out for the most part. I mean, he's had a few iffy games. I mean, he's still thrown a handful of interceptions. Mind you, most of them came from one game, but he's into the double digits. Not a huge issue. Their defense is really good. They'll go far in the playoffs if the matchup's right. Thrown out of bounds on 3rd and 13, man. My goodness. Myles Garrett in on the pursuit. 4th and 13 coming up. This one, I don't know why I thought we were further than where we were. No. Oh, this is not updated. Why is this not updated? This has not updated. That's why. I was like, wait, there's no way we're at the 30-yard line. Is this just not updated? Huh? Is the play-by-play just not updating? I was going to say, I'm like, I swear we're at like the 30-yard line. Okay, Daniel Carlson on the 4th and 13. 47-yard field goal. Oh, that's a rough miss. Absolutely botched that one. If you guys have ever played golf, that is. Oh, man. Daniel Carlson definitely continuing his regression year after year. Last year was not like a solid year. Oh, yeah, just chunked it. Chunked it. Didn't look like a flush clean. Looked like a high snap. I think partially Daniel Carlson's fault. I don't think that's entirely Daniel Carlson's fault. The ball was tilted away from him. I don't think that's all his fault. Knowing that as a kicker myself, the ball pointed away from you, going that way is not ideal. For him to even get it the 40 yards that it needed to go, still pretty impressive regardless. But yeah, I don't think that missed kick is on him. But high snap, not a great hold by AJ Cole. Even after we fire our special teams coordinator. Mind you, that's been the only firing that we've had. Even after a few good special teams plays, but a block punt, a lot of things not going right. A few missed field goals. The Colts sold. Yeah, they were not able to put away that game. They had a chance to with like 8 minutes left, but unfortunate as it is. Those games are usually pretty fun. The Colts and Chiefs games are usually pretty fun to watch. But yeah. What do you think would happen if Antonio Pierce did not get fired? I think there still would be belief and hope out of everyone oozing. I don't think Antonio Pierce is like the head coach that I think a lot of people would like yearn for. How's 12 doing? Just came. He had one big play, a clipper, for about 50 yards on a little rollout for Isaiah Bond. But that's been about it. Everything's been like a screen pass or like right across the middle, or just a run by Quinshon Judkins, which he's got both the touchdowns so far. But yeah, the what you were mentioning, well, Anthony, there's only been one play that he's got the Browns in scoring position. The other time was just because of a punt return, so that was not Shadur. 3 and out, and then great field position at the Raiders' 13-yard line. The other touchdown was him getting him into the red zone, though. But there's been 3 drives, and one of them was actually because of him. So let's not start the gas too. Let's not say like, wow, he's the reason they're in the red zone every time. But yes, Clipper, definitely perfect timing. But yeah, little Cookie Monster. I like AP as a person. As a head coach, I don't know if he would have been that guy, so to say. I like him, but I think he's a good fill-in, I would say. And especially for where he was, it's fine. I just don't think the Josh McDaniels signing definitely set the Raiders back quite a few years, especially with Derek Carr. Pick! Charles Snowden! Oh my goodness, Shadur just looked that one right in. A little sit route, Charles Snowden. Perfect timing. Shadur Sanders throws another pick on the season. I believe that's his second. I think he threw one against Baltimore last week. But yeah, looked that one right in. Linebacker just jumped it right away. Woo! Charles Snowden! Or should I say Edward Snowden doing some espionage against the Sanders family. Oh, I don't even know why you would have thrown it. Devin White could have also picked that as well. But Shadur Sanders going to find himself another pick on the season. Very nice. Raiders are in great territory. Why is this off? This whole thing is off, by the way, as you guys might be able to tell. This whole thing is off. Raiders get the ball back at the 26-yard line, run up the middle for Ashton Genty. He's going to get about 3 yards. Oh, heck yeah, baby. Heck yeah. Shadur's helping the Raiders get into the red zone as well. All jokes. All jokes. I got to write that one down. Hey, Knight Rider, welcome back, by the way. I definitely don't blame you by any means. You know, Shadur Sanders, INT. I don't blame you. I enjoy just watching the games as well, regardless of win or loss. It's also fun because I enjoy play-by-play. Geno Smith under center, 2x2 set. Trey Tucker in motion. Oh, it was supposed to be a pitch for Ashton Genty. But Harden, is that James Harden? That is nuts. That is Miles Harden, the third-year cornerback out of South Dakota. He jumped the route. A lot of plays have been just busted. I mean, here's the one issue is that we've been running a lot of the same plays, and we run a lot of the same plays every single game. So, like, there is a bunch of film on this. So it's very easy to basically note what we're doing. Like, I am surprised that Chip Kelly, one, has not called any new plays. Like, after the bye, we had a few new plays, but we've kind of just resorted to calling those same plays and the plays that we called before the bye week. But Geno Smith in shotgun, Tyler Lockett in motion. Deep drop back, out route for Tyler Lockett. He's going to get a few yards back, but that was on 3rd and 14, guys. That was on 3rd and 14. Let's see if Daniel Carlson can go out there, go get 3 yards. 3 points, that is. But Knight Rider, great to see you back in here, my guy. Ashton Genty with a great pass protection. Oh, and it's worse because Brock Bowers is wide open on a corner route. So let's see if they can lock this one in. Let's see if they can lock this one in here. Daniel Carlson missed from 48. He's going to get a better field position here. This one from about 30. Or more like 36, excuse me. Kick is up, kick is good. Okay. We get the 3 points tacked on. After that, Shadur. INT. Oh, man. First play of the drive, too. Instant INT. Oh, man. Shane Skeens, welcome in. Ivan, welcome in. Hud Song, welcome in. Fly Kid, welcome in. Love Barba, welcome in. Jamie, welcome in. John Maxey, welcome in. Minute Kwong, welcome in. Sway Lee, welcome in. Londi, welcome in. Astro Glide, Risk 2K, welcome in. Tenements, Forever Rollin', welcome in. Segmin, Half a Llama, welcome in. Jay, Derek Madison, Lonian, welcome in. Gabs, what is good? How you doing today? Welcome back. Jose, you're supposed to be at the game. What stopped you from going? Score is not 0-14. They just scored a field goal. As you can see here. It says field goal right on the play-by-play here. They just scored a field goal, Jay. They missed? No. Jay, you might be behind on your play-by-play, but Shadur's going to throw a pick. The Raiders are basically going to go 3 and out. Jay, you must be behind, by the way, my guy. Yeah, it was one of those ones like the linebacker comes down into a zone for the flat route and then jumps the little curl route for Jerry Jeudy. Probably could have been picked by 2 people, but Charles Snowden jumps the route there. Yeah, Jay, you must be behind, by the way, my guy. I'm sure you're watching on a third-party website because that typically does happen. But yeah, they missed the first kick. They got an INT on the first play, drove for 7 yards pretty much, and then not even, and then kicked a field goal. But yeah, this play-by-play, it is wrong, at least in terms of where he kicked it from, because he definitely didn't kick it from the Raiders' 23-yard line. But anywho, I need to text somebody back. But Gabs, how was the mall? Did you go a little Christmas shopping? Glad to hear that you're doing good. Daniel Carlson kicking this one back. Caught at the 3-yard line here. Can he get a tackle? No! Got a tackle into the open field because now they're in there. They're ready. The Cleveland Browns are at the 38-yard line here. Juice crying in his ear? Huh? You're all good, Jay. I understood that would have been the case because, yeah, especially on third-party websites. False start on a kickoff by the Raiders? How the hell do you get a false start on a kickoff? Absolutely crazy. Absolutely diabolical. All the gifts earlier, but got myself some stuff from Target and Barnes & Noble's. Very nice. I love to see that. I love to see that. Oh, yeah, dude. Charles Snowden saw that one right away. All right, Shedeur is back out there after throwing a interception. I'm going to get the ball at the 41-yard line. My apologies. Correction there. Number 83 in motion. He's going to get tackled for a loss. Number 83, he was their kick returner earlier. No, that is Malachi Corley, the third year out of Western Kentucky. I'm thinking of Gage Larvadane. Push them back. It very well could happen. The run game... oh, my gosh. The Raiders are... not the Raiders. They're showing a stat on CBS that there have been 45 U.S. presidents, 45 different U.S. presidents. There have been 45 starting quarterbacks since 1994 for the Cleveland Browns. I don't think Judy crying for the ball. He had just turned on his curl. He's not crying for the ball. You don't cry for a ball on a curl, especially when you're guarded. Tillman, Xavier Tillman. Going to get a catch for about 5. Nick, you're just hate watching at this point. By the way, I got a Percy Jackson water bottle. Very nice. I never watched a whole lot of the Percy Jackson movies growing up. I wasn't an avid reader either. Third and 11 coming up, though, for Shedeur in this offense. And a negative play, a nice little 5-yard chunk play by Xavier Tillman. Let's see what they can do here. 3 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Jerry Jeudy in motion. Sampson into the game. Shedeur, plenty of time, rolls out. Going to throw this one out of bounds. Intended in the direction of Jerry Jeudy. 4th and 11 coming up. Going to put this one away. Elijah, I agree, man. I'm disappointed with the Raiders. I would agree. I think that there were some high hopes this season, especially with the new running back. You know, Brock Bowers coming into his 2nd season and all of that. I think that there were some really good things that could have came from the season. You know, you drafted decently well, like a good corner and Darian Porter. You drafted a left guard who hasn't played. So, yeah, I think there's some things that could have gone better. I mean, there's some close games like the Chicago game we absolutely could have won. The Jags game we could have won. I mean, mind you, you say this because every situation's different, but could have definitely won those games. Mind you, you probably would have still found yourself in the hunt regardless, but yeah, I don't really like the movies. I like the books and TV show. There's a TV show. Big Nate, thank you so much for the 12 gifts. What gift is that, by the way, Big Nate? Elijah, I don't think the first pick is necessarily something that we need. Getting a high draft pick is kind of valuable. The Jets might draft a quarterback. They might, but there's no guarantee. They might move on from Justin Fields. No guarantee that they do. No guarantee that they don't. But there's not a whole lot of teams so far in the top 6, even 7, that are going to be needing a quarterback. Saints, maybe, but they already drafted Tyler Shuck last year at 21. Or was it 20? Because I know a lot of people were surprised that that wasn't Shedeur. Sorry, I'm replying to someone right now, Nationers. Gab, thank you so much for the friendship necklace. And Big Nate, thank you again so much for those 12 Fest Pops. They look like one of those, I have like one that looks exactly like that sitting downstairs. Oh, we got the Terry Crews Ram commercial. This is, I hate that commercial. I hate it because it's so like cheesy. It's like, why is Terry Crews like yelling at me? Just so you guys can hear it. This is what I'm hearing.
Team with Hemi and Jen with best in class, base diesel torque. We can hot up at the tailgate.
It sounds like a 50-year-old. I don't have a 50-year-old uncle, but like a 50-year-old uncle trying to rap. You know what I mean? By the way, Gab, thank you so much for the 6 roses. Much love. I love the Raiders, but I'm also going to start betting against them. I mean, hey, you have to do whatever in your best interest. You absolutely should. You know, might as well take a little extra money. Like, that's probably a thing to do, is just betting against the... I mean, you don't earn a lot, but, you know, it's more money than you probably would have had. And mind you, you're probably not getting too much in an upset, but granted, you need a lot to go right. Oh, man. I mean, favorites by 2,000. This game probably would have been a lot closer betting-wise because they're so bad. But I would say just because the Cleveland defense is really good. The Raiders offense being what it is. You know. Here we go. Geno Smith. Deep drop back and shotgun across the middle. Going to be intended for Dante Thornton. And number 7, Tyson Campbell in on the defense here. Grant Dilprit. And I like Grant. I like Grant a lot. He's been one of my favorite safeties ever since he's came in. Gab, thank you so much for the let him cook. Thank you so much. Gradient, thank you so much for hitting that follow button. Welcome to the nation. Welcome to the realest game on the internet. Geno Smith under center. 2nd and 10 coming up at the Raiders 21. Geno Smith, cross the middle for Brock Bowers. Oh, finally. Got a first down there after a gain of 15 or so. Maybe, yeah, gain of 15. It looks like that was a gain of 15. Yeah. Finally, Brock Bowers, man. Gets open, basically zero separation. Campbell's hand was right on it. So he pops out the mime celebration and then gets beat on a 15-yard in route. Oh, man. But here we go. Geno Smith, 1st and 10, under center. 3 wide receivers set to the right. Brock Bowers, single receiver to the left. Run for Ashton Jeanty up the middle. He busts one open. He runs over a guy. He's at midfield, down at the 49-yard line. Ashton Jeanty, fantasy owners happy about that one, especially after a handful of tackle for losses. Runs over a guy. Holy crap. Carson Swearinger, the rookie, he just absolutely got ran over. Yeah, Geno definitely cannot complete. All the running up to this point, J-Ster, has just been tackle for losses. Pretty much all of them. Maybe a few 4 yards, but not much. Play action. Geno Smith. Oh, gonna take a shot by number 30, Devin Bush. One of my favorite linebackers. Wow, just absolutely took a blindside block or sack even. Oh my goodness. I guess. Thank you so much for hitting that follow button. Welcome to the nation, by the way, my guy. Welcome in. Oh, yeah, absolutely destroyed. Ian Thomas is absolutely so fucking blind. The guy, Devin Bush, rubs like right against him. And Ian Thomas is looking at the already guarded edge rusher and Myles Garrett. Oh my gosh. Ian Thomas, dude. Geno Smith in shotgun once again. 2x2 set. Definitely a false start. Inside zone run for Ashton Jeanty. We're looking like the Green Bay Packers. He gets about 3 yards. 3rd down and long coming up. But what is the difference between this and any other 3rd down? It's always 3rd and long, baby. Oh, yeah, I like it. I don't mind it. Ian Thomas has got to find himself not in that position. I was projected 20% against JSN. Now I'm 50. Oh, man. That's good, though. That's good. Especially with this defense, too. I mean, the sacks will definitely help. You'll rack up points. You'll rack up points for sure. Jacksonville and Arizona is a close game right now. Atlanta scored. How's Kirk O'Chain's doing? Geno Smith. Deep drop back. Plenty of time. And he still takes a sack. Mind you, none of the sacks have been by Myles Garrett, funny enough. But Collins gets another sack on the day. 3rd and long. I wish they would show this Madden vision, man. Because it'd be really nice to see. There we go. Oh, yeah. I mean, you had 2 receivers. You had 2 receivers on a 3rd and long. You could, it was... Oh, my gosh. 2 receivers. Just give him a spread offense. Bootleg it. AJ Cole. Snap a little wide to his left. He's going to punt this one away. Still a deep punt. Dribbles a little bit. Caught at the 14-yard line. Flag on the play. Larvadane down at the 23-yard line. I know, J-Star. I've had some crazy comebacks so far. I've had some crazy comebacks. I had one against the Seahawks Houston defense, that game. Hey, thank you so much for the finger hearts, guys. Much love. I'm watching 3 games at the same time because they all on my team. Nice. Yeah, my win percentage, it was about 40, 42. It's now 31. NTN is going off. JSN went off. Trevor Lawrence is probably going to have a rushing touchdown, I'm sure. Kenneth Walker actually did well. The Raiders defense, I'm going against the Raiders defense. Dallas Goedert's got to do something, man. He's got a touchdown in a lot of games. Colson Loveland, man. Kareem Hunt had a good game too. Frick. I didn't think that Kareem Hunt would have a good game. So rough. Like, the thing is, I have all the right people, but I keep putting the wrong players in, and that's kind of been rough. Ineligible downfield kick. What the? Okay. I guess it's just an ineligible man downfield. Every special teams play has gone wrong for us today. By the way, Gabs, I'm off the show for the rest of the day with some Minecraft. Have fun. Thank you again, Gabs, for all the love, support, and thank you again so much for being here, Gabs. Much love out to you. Hope that you have a great rest of your day, chilling with some Minecraft. Jaster Vortex, I was projected 50-50 pretty much in the beginning of today. Making a comeback, man. I mean, JSN put up 37. I understand he's probably not going to win the MVP. Man, I really want Jonathan Taylor to win it as a non-quarterback, if you know what I mean. I'm still big on Matthew Stafford, Drake May this season. They've been very stellar. Chucky Jimenez, thank you so much for the heartbeat. Thank you so much for joining the fan club again. And Gabs, thank you so much. I appreciate it as always. I'm low-key sad AJ Brown's second touchdown was out of bounds. Oh, man. Yeah, I wish the one hard part is, especially when I'm doing these play-by-plays with the Raiders, it is kind of hard to, It is kind of hard to watch some of the other games. And I woke up late today, so I was pretty much, all the games had pretty much ended. And Rice was out of bounds. Damn. But yes, barely getting in, man. What's happened so far? So, Shadur, he's been playing well. The first drive, 3 and out, punted away. The Raiders get a first down. They punted away after that. And then big punt return, tripping foul, puts the Cleveland Browns at the 13-yard line. The good 13-yard line. They have 13 yards to go. 7-piece Scabs. So they score a touchdown. Quinshon Judkins run up the middle and Wildcat. And then basically that was what his second touchdown was as well. So that's why it's 14. And then, and that was after Shadur had like a 50-yard bomb to Isaiah Bond. Shadur, play action, rolls out to his right, sets his feet. And wide open man, Jerry Jeudy at the 40 to the 30. Oh, it's a fumble! It's a fumble! Jeremy Chin! Jeremy Chin! Oh my gosh. Jerry Jeudy was getting too saucy with it. He was getting too saucy with it. And Jerry Jeudy just fumbles the ball away after what could have been a huge gain. That's not even Shadur's fault. He finds the wide open man. And Jerry Jeudy just, oh my, what are you doing? Landon Roberts with the recovery. Let's go! Yes! 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 Wow. Jeremy Chin fumble. Oh my gosh. Wow. Jerry Jeudy fumble. Wow, Nationers. Where am I watching? I'm watching on YouTube TV right now, Xavier. Geno Smith in the offense coming back out. Inside zone run for Ashton Genty. Trying to make a tackle. He somehow does. He's going to get 4 yards. Back-to-back Cowboy fumbles. Oh, please don't tell me it's Javonte. I got him in on fantasy too. Kyron Williams, that'll be an interesting game against Tampa. Be a very fun game to watch. Well, man, Jerry Jeudy just got too saucy with it, man. But yeah, Chucky, just like I was mentioning, big play set up Cleveland Browns basically at the 10-yard line or 2-yard line. They run it in on Wildcat again with Quinshon Judkins. Little screen pass for Ashton Genty. He's getting a lot of passes, which I like for fantasy, but he's not getting a whole lot of yards out of most of them. Turpin tripped himself. Oh, man. You have Brain Up. He hasn't even kicked yet. Oh, man. Yeah, that's a rough one because, the Cowboys are a high-potent offense. So, you expect them to at least get some field goals even if they're bad and not scoring. I wish Pete Carroll was a little bit more fired up about a lot of things. I wish he was just more fired up about, come on! Something bad happens and you just look at him on the sideline. He's like, okay. Geno Smith in shotgun here. Tyler Lockett, the single receiver to the right. Ian Thomas, Brock Bowers, and Trey Tucker all to his left. Big pass. Oh, it just sails over the fucking head of Tyler Lockett, dude. Like, you expect, like, 5'6" Tyler Lockett to go high point a ball on the boundary? He's not Julio Jones. There's a guy in the crowd that just was effing off the team. Browns defense at 13 right now. What are the Raiders defense? Oh, yeah, the sacks have been kind of crazy. They're at 9 because of the fumble. Yeah. Wow, the Raiders offense. Wow. Not getting anything going. At least Geno Smith never texted AJ Cole, you're not going to be punting a lot this season. Maybe he probably should have, because it worked for Caleb Williams. Like, he texted him it, and then they punted a lot. So I wonder if Geno Smith texted it to AJ Cole, and then they weren't punting a lot. Or maybe he actually did. Cowboys fumble. Man, that's rough. Cowboys got to take care of the ball. Plus, they have a short week, too. What quarterback would you pick in the draft? That's a great question, Mexican Jew. I know a lot of people have mentioned the Indiana quarterback. I don't watch any college football just because Saturdays I usually work doing content, so I don't get a chance to watch a whole lot of football. Mexican Jew, unfortunately. So I couldn't tell you like a proper person that I'm like, yeah, man, we need to go get that guy. But I've heard, I mean, people have mentioned Sellers. He's just on a bad team. Some people are kind of high up on Sellers. Some people aren't. It's kind of like Joe Burrow. He's kind of like Joe Burrow on the Bengals. Like, he's a good quarterback, but just on a bad team. I'll run up the middle for Quid Shot Junkins. He's going to get a loss of 1. Second down coming up. A lot of people have been Fernando Mendoza, the USC quarterback as well. I could not actually tell you. Dante Moore's a sophomore. He's not going to be eligible for the draft. Giants-Lions game. Yeah, the Giants sold, man. I mean, I'm not surprised, but yeah, it's kind of crazy that the Lions were able to come back. Especially, Jahmyr Gibbs had like over 200 yards of rushing. Yeah, Ty Simpson, yeah, you could say names all day. Like, I just don't know what team they play for. I don't watch any college. I will say I hate watching college. Well, I know Wandell, he had also like 150 yards. Yeah, dude. I mean, he's the number 1 option for that team right now. Jameis Winston had a receiving touchdown. That was a crazy play. I don't know if you guys ever go. I'm sure it'll be in a highlight on like NFL memes or something. But yeah, it's those are some crazy games so far. But yeah, I don't watch any college, unfortunately, guys. I probably tune in more closely to college when I'm during draft time, but yeah, all I want to do is pick it online. One of the things that I mentioned last week, Mexican Jew, is that it's going to depend on what they do with Geno in the offseason. If he's not cut, he's not getting traded anywhere. I mean, maybe the Jets are dumb enough to take on his contract, but he's not getting taken anywhere. Plus, yeah, so like, let's say like he stays on the team. You have to draft an O-line in that case. Let's say if he's cut, you draft a quarterback then. You're going to have to. And that's the unfortunate part. But here's the thing I know. Excuse me. One of the things that we drafted a left guard last season, so I imagine Dylan Parham might be gone. Caleb Rogers might step into that place in his second year. He's just been injured all season, so he hasn't played. Technically, he would still be considered a rookie. But nonetheless, if you there is a lot of O-linemen in free agency, so there should not be there's not going to be a shortage of it by any means. Spider, I know that we need a new quarterback, but it's going to depend on what they do with Geno. They keep Geno, they play Geno. They can't play him if they don't keep him. Oh, are they in their Kelly Green set? I like that. Another touchdown? Who got it? Their Philly Green is really nice. But Spider Vex, I have no decision making on the Raiders front office. So again, all hypothetical. You keep Geno, you draft an O-line. If you take, if you cut him, then you take a quarterback. Shadur Sanders on 2nd and 11 with 2 minutes left in the first half. Can he somehow drive down and go score before the half? Hurts at 2 touchdowns. Damn. Tush pushes or just like running? Another timeout. Another timeout here by the Browns. I don't know why they take a timeout with 1:55 left. That does not seem something that you would do. Or was it the Raiders that take a timeout? I think it was the Raiders that took a timeout. Okay. I think the Raiders also took a timeout. So are the Browns going to get their second timeout? They do. Okay. Oh, tush push, right. Yeah, that's Saquon. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I've seen at the first and goal at the Dallas 1. Yeah. I'm seeing it now. Third down coming up here. The Raiders did take a timeout. They're going to try and get this. So here's the thing that the Raiders are going to try and do. They're going to try and get the ball here. They're going to try and score before half, and then they get the ball after half. So this is huge for the Raiders, at least in terms of a defensive possession here and a defensive stop on 3rd and 9. Shadur and Sanders in shotgun. Shadur, plenty of time. Dumps it off to Fannin. He's going to be short of the line to gain. I think the Raiders take another timeout here just to not let any clock down. They are going to take a timeout. The clock is stopped, so the Raiders are going to take a timeout. Now, here's, like I mentioned, I think what is going to happen is that, obviously, they're going to have to punt it away here on 4th and short. Raiders are going to have about 1:40 left to work with one timeout. What? Why is the... Why the scoreboard just showed the Bengals versus the Bills game? Do they even play this season? They don't even play this season. No, they do. They played in 2 weeks. Why are they showing the Bengals versus the Bills? Scorebook. It's so funny. Here we go. Alex Backman with the return. He's going to get a yard on the return here. Rip up Cowboys fans. I know, especially after back-to-back fumbles, man. Can't even blame the defense on a lot of that, too. It looks like they were in pretty good position for the most part. Had Eagles scoring like 40-something points against the Cowboys. Yeah, it could be. The hard part is, like, Jalen Hurts and that passing offense has been so inconsistent. Like, some games they're, like, throwing for, like, 200. Other games they're throwing for, like, 120. It's very, like, inconsistent. But also, it's like the run game hasn't been crazy at all for them. So, they've been just, like, chipping away. Their defense has definitely assisted a lot of their offense, I will say. But Geno Smith, 3-wide receiver set to the right. Ian Thomas to the left. Ian Thomas, just get a chip block on Myles Garrett. Get out of there. Raheem Mostert in motion. Geno Smith to the boundary. Oh, Tyler Lockett over a defender. Wow. Wow. And he's out of bounds. 1st and 10 coming up. Wow. Wow. Wow, Tyler Lockett, like, literally over a defender. Crazy catch. 1st and 10 coming up again. Geno Smith and shotgun. Chip block on Myles Garrett. Trey Tucker with a comeback pass. He's going to be inbounds. It is a catch. He's going to be inbounds. Plenty of time. I think maybe even the Browns try and take a timeout. I don't think if you're the Browns, you take it. But what a catch by Trey Tucker. A little comeback route. Elbow down, feet down. Yeah, that's a catch. That's his elbow hit. That's a catch. Geno Smith and shotgun again. Pump fake. Plenty of time. Cannot take. Is it a fumble? Oh, it is a fumble. Oh, man. Stone Forsythe somehow ends up with the ball. Oh, man. 2nd down coming up. Still have plenty of time. You got to get back to the line. You're not clocking it here. You got to get a chunk play, then a 1st down. 1st down here definitely helps. But, man, dude, Stone Forsythe, move your feet, big dog. Oh, that's a false start on. Oh, my God. DJ Glaze. False start on DJ Glaze, our right tackle here. It's okay. My Cowboys losing 21-0. I think they'll score before half. As long as they don't fumble the ball again. You actually have the game up or just looking at the score thing? Jayster, I do have the game up, as you might be able to hear here.
I like when referees show a little motion when they make the call, but this is...
Yeah. We're watching it on YouTube TV on Sunday Ticket. The Raiders do take a timeout. They take their last timeout. Who do they have back there, Mason? Turpin? All right, Geno Smith. On 2nd and 27 here. Got to get a lot of yards here. 3-by-1 set to the left. Geno Smith steps up. Oh, and it's batted at the line. Almost a pick, too. Grant Dilprit was definitely on the pursuit there. Probably would have picked it, ran it back right to the house. But 3rd and 27 coming up. A lot of negative plays, man. A lot of negative plays. Raiders offense is struggling, man. Struggling. Now, mind you, I would not be surprised if the Raiders just hit a huge reset. How do I get the scoreboard like this? This is a custom graphic. Like, I can change this to any score that I want. I made all this custom stuff. 3rd and 27, run up the middle for Raheem Mostert. He gets caught at the line. He's only going to get 3 yards back. Should have kept with the line that he had initially. Denzel Ward in on the tackle. Yeah, that is Denzel Ward. How did you make it? I made it in Photoshop. So, like, let's say, just because we're about to go into half, I'll show you guys. So I have one. Let me let this load in here real fast. Yeah, I know. 3rd and 27. I mean, the sack definitely did not help, and then the false start did not help. No, OBS, do not crash. Do not crash. OBS? Okay, think of the word. Yeah, so I have, like, the Cowboys here. Oh, hold on. Oh, no. Can you guys still see me? Yeah, there we go. Punting this one away, by the way. Yeah, so I have, like, the Cowboys here. I got the, I am not a big Kenny Pickett fan either, Seth. I have the Denver one. Obviously, you can tell they've changed slightly week by week. Like, my first week one was like this. I changed that up a little bit. Week 4 looked like this. That was against Chicago, of course. And then now we have this. But yeah, I make everything in Photoshop. So everything you see on your screen is made in Photoshop. But yeah, punting this one away. They're going to kneel this one, head into half here. Yeah, I really like the one that I have now. Wasn't too sure how I should fit a lot of this. That's why you've kind of seen the... So, well, it's hard because some, like the Broncos have a very left to right. And like the Eagles, they have a very left to right. It's very difficult to find like a space for them and whatnot. Because sometimes you're just seeing the back end of it. Whatnot. Oh, let's see what Pete Carroll has to say.
Protection and keeping your quarterback clean.
Yeah, it's been really hard. He hasn't had a chance. And so we're gonna have to run the ball a little bit more, and we're gonna just try to mix our stuff so they don't get a shot at us because they're really hard to hold up. So we got to make sure that we mix our game so they can't get in rhythm.
Thanks, Coach.
Sure.
Well, that's the end of the first half. 14-3.
First half. That's what Pete Carroll had to say. I mind you, the pass game has been pretty abysmal. Run game's been also pretty abysmal, but I think getting Ashton Genty in the space has been probably the biggest success so far. Yeah, anytime I think of Kenny Pickett, mind you, he is a Super Bowl champion. Let's not forget that. But I remember the one play where the ball becomes a freaking anchor and he slips over his feet. Oh, that every time I think of him, that's constantly on replay. And it doesn't help that, like, the first time he got a snap on the Raiders against the Chiefs in a blowout, he fumbled the ball right away. Jay, sure, it's a great time to get something to eat, man. Don't forget to eat. Great time to get something to eat. Paper Crow, welcome in. Perfect timing. Right into half, baby. But yeah, I'm not huge as... I think Pete Carroll being out as the Seahawks coach should have been a big telltale sign. I think that should have been a big telltale sign as to what that was going to look like. 10 minutes? Okay. 2:40. All right, let's watch the... Oh, can I not watch the Eagles game? This program's blocked my area. All right, we're watching the Falcons and Saints, guys. This one still has plenty of time. I think that should have been a good sign. Kirk Cousins, Kirk O'Chains. He's going to get a little dump-off pass. Sanders looking okay. He's looking comfortable. He actually does look pretty comfortable, I would say. He's got really good pocket presence. I mean, he had really good pocket presence in Colorado, and I partially was because the line was like bad at times. Anytime he's rolled out, he's been really good. He's been hitting his plays. He hit the Jerry Jeudy for like 30 yards, and then Jerry Jeudy fumbled it, so it's not like that's not on Shadur. He hit the big bomb to Isaiah Bond on a PA go, play action go. But yeah, he's been able to hit the ball for sure. For sure. But yeah, the offense. Oh yeah, Dylan Gabriel's like pocket presence is like actually abysmal. Anytime I watch like the highlights of a Browns game, like he just sits back there. He plays a lot like Tua. I don't know what it's about left-handed throwers. He plays a lot like Tua. Like Tua can at least run. Dylan Gabriel's just like chunky, and he just sits back there and play action, flea flicker. Kirk O'Shea, Jesus. Oh, okay. Dude, what is this Falcons offense right now? Dak got picked. Oh, man. Technically, AOC is activated now. A lot of people have been like for weeks being like, man, why don't we put AOC in? He just got activated this week. So I'm glad that now people can actually say that. DJ, thank you so much for that follow button. Carlos, welcome back. We should put Chip Kelly. We should put Chip Kelly in as quarterback and see how he does. Playing his own calls. Because, my God, they are abysmal. Play action for Kirk O'Chains. I only call him Kirk O'Chains. Tyler Algier with a nice little flat route pass. Gino's definitely been inaccurate today. How much has he thrown for? Sorry, we're going to go back to this. Yeah, 100. Yeah, it's not great by any means. Shadur, he's looking pretty solid. He's had 2 really good plays. That's about it. 2 really good passes. It's all Gino's fault. It's not all Gino's fault. I think you're a little tunnel visioned on things. Need to play the rookie lineman for F's sake. He's hurt, Jack. Caleb Rogers, who you're talking about, he's hurt. He hasn't played a single game all season. I don't know if he was inactive today or not, but he also has not played. Is he activated for today? Let's look at Caleb Rogers. Let's see. Yeah, Pete. Let's just do week 12 inactives. Active for the first time. Cool. That's good to know. The screens have been all right. Some have gone places. Others have been just busted right from the jump. Carlos, for sure. Rona, welcome back. The play calling is definitely one of the biggest issues. Yeah, it's definitely play calling and O-line for the most part. Like I would not expect many quarterbacks to be able to survive in that. By the way, Della Valley, thank you so much for hitting that follow button and welcome to the nation. But yeah, the O-line's been abysmal. Kyle Pitts gets a catch. But yeah, Jack, I didn't realize he was activated for today. I did not look at the inactive actives, but he wasn't in, and he probably wouldn't have started on his first active unless he was really good. But I think Pete Carroll might be allergic to playing rookies, genuinely. Because like Darren Porter, he's been like pretty solid. Darren Porter's definitely got picked on a lot. I know a lot of people will probably look at it and like, man, he let up so much. Man, he's definitely gotten picked on a lot. Because he is guarding a lot of number 1 receivers on a pretty bad secondary already, so it's not like he has much help. Especially over the top. Like Jeremy Chin and Isaiah Palomalu are like deer in headlights back there half the time. Jetty's always getting hit behind the... Yeah, oh my gosh. Like probably 90% of his runs up the middle have been -1+ yards. It's been real bad, Carlos. It's been real bad. Alvin Kamara's questionable. That's interesting. Got 5 minutes until the game's back on for the Raiders games, guys. We need to redo the entire O-line and get rid of Chip. I would agree. I would genuinely like for the... I don't know if it's going to be... Oh, what the frick was that flying sack? Why did he jump? I don't know if you guys are watching the States Atlanta Falcon in between games here, but like number 44 on their defense, just like he jumped. He like, imagine like a kid jumping onto their dad, and it was like that. Oh yeah, man, it's been real bad. The refs are missing so many calls in the Dallas game in favor of Dallas or in favor of the Eagles. It's definitely the worst Raiders team that I probably watched assembled, at least in terms of execution. Because I think we've done a lot more with less. Favor the Eagles. So Dallas is on the bad end of the stick. Okay. At the same time, our O-line is hurt and our O-line coach is terrible. Yeah, that is true. The O-line coach is awful. And we're missing 2 starters. And the drop-off from the starters to the backups are pretty bad. And we're playing with a new center. Is there a chance that Genty gets going in the second half? I would like to believe so. Maybe not with inside zone runs or any runs up the middle. I think they're all going to have to be like pitch plays or anything like that. I don't know, Nationers, I mentioned a lot, but my Raiders rebuild, I found this really nice jet sweep pass. It's been great. Oh, in the end zone. Damn. Yeah, that's always bad. Always bad. But, yeah, Chunks, I would probably agree. This is probably the worst Raiders team in terms of execution. Like, this is probably the worst offense. Like, we did a lot more with less, with, like, Amari Cooper and Seth Roberts and Zay Jones. Like, guys that are not, like, big guys. Like, probably worse than, like, Jacoby Myers is as a whole. Like, Michael Crabtree is probably, like, a Jacoby Myers equivalent. We did a lot with him. You know, Darren Waller at tight end. We had, not Pat Firemuth. Foster Moreau at times. Jared Cook, even. And then we gave both of them to the Saints. What's up with the Raiders-Saints link up, man? But yeah, it's not been too great. I mean, mind you, we have Brock Bowers, who I think is by far the best of all of them in terms of tight end position. But he definitely plays like a different tight end than even Jared Cook and Darren Waller and Foster Moreau even played. Because all those guys they all play very different than what Brock Bowers plays. But I would say probably our best running back, probably since Latavius Murray. Probably our best running back since then. But again, you can't do anything with an offensive line like what we have. At least we don't have Alex Leatherwood anymore. Why are we losing that bad? It's an 11-point game. I wouldn't say it's that bad. It's not like we're down by like 25 against the Browns. Can I be fired as a Raiders fan? You could get a stipend. You get what happens when you get like a subpoena? No, that's for like government stuff. What's it called when you get fired and then you get like compensation for it? What's that called? Brennan, O-line would definitely help. But it's going to really matter what Geno Smith, what they do with him in the offseason. Tim, thank you so much for sharing the live, as well as Bausta Bag. And Ivan, thank you so much for that follow button. Welcome into the nation. Welcome to the realest community on the internet. Severance, that's it. That's it. Severance. That's what we should get as a... Yeah. We should get that as Raiders fans. Like, Mark Davis should actually pay us. I would not be surprised for any people that buy tickets to go to a Raiders game get their tickets for free. I'm chewing, guys. Sorry. W, I've said this a lot. By the way, thank you so much for hitting that follow button, W. It's gonna... the Raiders draft is really going to depend on what they do with Geno in the offseason. The game should be on here in the next minute. We have about... yeah, we have a minute left. I think it's going to really matter what they do with Geno in the offseason. I would be very surprised if they kept Geno and drafted a quarterback. What do you think the Raiders need to do at least in becoming a solid team? They have to set a path. They have to set a path. And they have to stick to that path. I also don't think head coaching changes and GM changes constantly are helping the team by any means. They are going to have to stick with a solid head coach, whether that is Pete or someone else. Vagabond, I do play-by-play for the game. But Drew, if it were me and I were in the GM position, I had all the, power in the world to do what I would do, I would cut Geno, take on his dead money. I just waive him, cut him. It depends on when it happens. Technically, you cut him in the offseason, you waive him during the game. You cut him. You take on his dead money. You go up. You draft a good quarterback. Now, is that Fernando Mendoza? I don't know. I mean, depends on where you're at draft pick-wise. Like, what are the other teams that are going to draft a quarterback? If he gets picked, he gets picked. But you want a high draft pick for it. There's not many teams in this top 8 that are going to need a quarterback, especially even with the Rams at like 10. I don't think we're going to succumb the Rams, but we'll still be like a top 5 pick, top 6, depending on how it shakes up with the Giants game coming up. And obviously this game now. So with that being said, you go draft a quarterback. You could sack off O-line for a little bit in terms of draft. I mean, you drafted Caleb Rogers last season. He's finally active. Is he going to get playtime this season? I don't know. But what's most important is that there's going to be a lot of O-linemen in free agency. You go get like a vet that has been in the league. You keep Colt Miller at left tackle. You got Jackson Powers-Johnson at center. You go fill out like the right side, maybe even left side. I don't think the Raiders sign a quarterback unless it's going to be a backup one-shield dude. And honestly, we'd already have Aiden O'Connell. Kenny Pickett's might walk because he's not getting any playtime. And I don't think that I mean, Mac Jones might look for a starting job. I would be very surprised if we go into another bridge year where we take on his money, try and be somewhat bad. The 49ers, Mac Jones, that's a very quarterback-heavy system. Mac Jones any quarterback could probably look pretty good in that system as long as they can make a play. Dwayne Rush, thank you so much for that follow button. Welcome in. Righty Nationers, back to the play-by-play. But Drew, I hope that answers your question, at least in terms of what I would do if I were in that position. Kyler Murray, it's rough. Kyler Murray's kind of short. I don't think that height is going to do him justice, especially playing for the Raiders. He's going to have to ride too much on his feet. Looks like they're going to kick this one back for a kick return. Looks like it's going to go deeper. Raheem Mostert, the single receiver back there. Going to have extra blockers in there. Raheem Mostert going to bring it about to the 36-yard line. Very nice. Good to see. Delavelli, like I mentioned, play-by-play. Never mentioned I was going to be showing the game. That is illegal to do. I don't want to go to jail or have to pay a fine. I don't care if other people have done it. It's not something I'm willing to risk. And yeah, never mentioned that I was going to be showing the game. Only mentioned I was going to be doing play-by-play. So sorry if you misinterpreted that, but that's what I mentioned. But yeah, Jason Oberg, welcome in. Here we go. Geno Smith in this Raiders offense back out there. A 3-by-1 set. Run up the middle for Ashton Genty. Cuts it back. He's going to get about 6 yards on the first down. Yes, Vin Shadur is starting. Yes. He's played pretty solid. Had 2 really big plays, but other than that, it's just been like screen passes, and that's about it. But he's looked comfortable for what it is. He's also taken a sack. Holding on the ball for a little long. Centers, I like the sarcasm. Geno Smith and shotgun. Sorry, I don't like talking with my mouth full. Geno Smith in shotgun. Run to the left for Ashton Genty. He's going to get tackled for loss. Gain of -1 for the team. Not great, of course. Not great, of course. Dude, DJ Glaze has got to go, man. DJ Glaze and Dylan Parham, I know they've been on the team forever, but they got to go, dude. I'm hoping that Colt Miller comes back. That helps a ton, though. Like, when we had Colt Miller at that left edge, it was great. They knew everything. Well, maybe not everything, but they need a lot. They need to know a lot. Why run against the Browns? It's a great question. Geno Smith in shotgun, 3-by-1 set to the left. Geno Smith in shotgun to Tyler Lockett, right on the boundary. First down at midfield for the Raiders offense. Yeah, they definitely should. If the Cowboys lose or they out of the playoffs, it definitely makes it a lot harder. But theoretically, yes, it would be very unlikely. Their tie definitely helps them, though. Oh yeah, you have really good edge. You have really good D line. There's a really bad O line, and you have a running back just trying to fight for his life against 4 dudes. That's always fun. Geno Smith under center, Ian Thomas to his left, Brock Bowers, Tyler Lockett, and Jack Betch to his right. Run for Ashton Genty. He's gonna get a yard. Tries to cut that one back on a power counter. Not gonna go anywhere. Stone Forsythe filling in for Colt Miller, like I mentioned. He's pretty bad. I'm not going to lie. Stone Forsythe is not a good left tackle. I would like to... I've always said this. I want to see more pitches for Ashton Genty because he's into that open space. He's in... in an area that he can, you know, go break a tackle, things like that. Geno Smith under center. Trey Tucker in motion. We do have a fullback. Oh my gosh. We have a fullback for the first time. Play action for Ashton Genty. Oh, Geno Smith's going to take a sack. Oh, flag on the play late. Uh-oh. Don't know what that is, but yeah, GM, we're doing play-by-play. If you're looking for the game, this is not the place. How is Geno not benched after all his bad games? Because he's still your best option. Are you actually watching it Dime Time? No, I'm watching Blues Clues right now.
Isaiah McGuire and Ian Thomas were engaged, so they're having a
discussion.
discussion.
They're talking about Ian Thomas and Blues Clues right now. If so, now I've been looking for like 30 minutes with Dime Time. Great time to hit that follow button. We do, what is it? Play-by-play for the Raiders games every single week. I think this might be a holding call on Ian Thomas. Because it's not a roughing the passer or anything like that. Yeah, okay, they picked up the flag. Okay, perfect. Myles Garrett is yet to get a sack, though, but he's definitely allowed a lot of other guys to get a sack. Brock Bowers, Tyler Lockett to his left. Ian Thomas. Why is Michael Mayer not in, dude? Why the fuck do we have Ian Thomas in? Trey Tucker, single receiver to his right. Ian Thomas in motion. Geno Smith across the middle for Trey Tucker on 3rd and 18. Breaks a tackle. Pass to 45. It's going to be 4th and short. Now, as the Raiders offense, do you go for it? Do you go for it? That's the question. Do you go for it? I'm watching on a Sunday Ticket right now. Geno is the best option. Definitely not. Aiden O'Connell is definitely better. Well, Aiden O'Connell finally just got activated, so he was not able to go in for any game beforehand. Aiden O'Connell has not been able to throw for the past 2 months. So, tell me that he's the best option when he has not been able to throw for the past 2 months. That's like saying Ashton Genty hasn't been able to run for the past 2 months, and he's still your best option at running back. But saying Raheem Mostert's better. You gotta put it into context. Kenny Pickett's his ass. Geno Smith is ass. Who is the least ass? But unfazed, you gotta educate yourself, man. Aiden O'Connell, he just finally got activated. Has not been able to throw a whole lot over the past 2 months. Yeah, there is a Salvatore Volcano cutout behind me, by the way, Dingus Designs. Geno Smith took a sack, by the way, just in case you guys are wondering. Myles Garrett gets his first. Actually, they did credit him with the sack earlier. I did not see it because I've been waiting for like him to get a sack. This is definitely the game that he's going to have to grind some sacks, though. But yeah, Centris, this off season is really going to matter. I thought last season was pretty good, at least in terms of the off season. And whatnot. How did we lose to y'all? I think it was just a bad team versus a bad team. I thought the Raiders were a better team at the time against the Titans. But I think Titans, especially now firing their coach with Brian Callahan, and I think they're fighting their own. Looks like the Cowboys did score, by the way, on 1st and goal. J-Ster. Looks like they scored. Give it to Javonte Williams, please. Don't give it to Malik Davis. No! Crap. Oh, it's Pickens, of course. I mean, to be fair, actually, the Raiders, I thought, were an okay team. I mean, mind you, let's not forget we were coming off with a near game-winning field goal against the Bears. Finally can kick. What about if he missed? Brandon Aubrey doesn't miss any extra points. We're in game break right now, Nationers. Yeah, the O-line has definitely gotten worse, especially with Colton Miller getting injured and JPJ getting injured. Nice, Mason. Nice. Hey, the comeback. And do you guys get the ball after half, too? Because that's going to be a very interesting one. I'm going to finish my waffle here, Nation. It's only taken me near 3/4. Oh, Mason, that is rough. That is rough. Also looks like the Raiders did go for it, and they got sacked. Great. Shadur with a rollout to the left. Finds it. Oh, Xavier Tillman, the intended receiver. And it looks like a Landon Roberts and Darian Porter run into each other there. Oh, man. Yeah, you take the sack on 4th down, dude. Oh, man. Hold on, Nationers. Landon Roberts looked like he got banged up on that play. Yeah, username my guy. One. Very interesting question. I didn't mind the Pete Carroll because he's at least a head coach with experience. But I mentioned it earlier. I think when he got, I guess, technically fired as the Seahawks coach, that should have been a telltale sign for sure. But yeah, I would have liked to see, I wouldn't have mind to see like a good head coach. I'm kind of glad we didn't hire Aaron Glenn. I guess it kind of would have made sense at the time, but it is a little odd in ways, but I would have trusted the expertise that Pete had, but I understand that. I mean, you're like, oh, like that's a good move. That's a good move. And now in hindsight, you're just like, ah. But yeah, Gino looks so disheveled on the sideline here. But here we go. 2nd and 10. Shadur Sanders under center. Under center. Here we go. Number 83 in motion. Run up the middle for Quinshon Judkins. He's going to get tackled for a loss of 2. Lost 17 straight games when QB is making his first career start. The longest streak by any team since 1950. Make it that Shadur Sanders and the Cleveland Browns are the first team, the Raiders, the first team to get a starting quarterback gig with a win. Let's see if they could do it. Still plenty of time for the Raiders to make a comeback. I would typically prefer to lose this game. I know a lot of people, if they do win this game, if like Shadur's playing how he is playing here, little screen pass for Corley. He's going to be just shy. 4th and 4 coming up. But I know a lot of people are going to be like, wow, like Shadur had like a crazy game. If he plays like how he's continuing to play, of course. And they're going to be like, wow, like he beat the Raiders. Like, I guess it's not hard to do. Don't get me wrong. But I think they're going to have a lot of hope for him. Which, mind you, sometimes you just have to scrape by. It's kind of like, think about it like if you ever watch like contestant shows or like Big Brother, like Survivor, like somebody's always up for elimination or they're always at tribal council, but they like continuously make it out. You know, they continuously keep staying in the game. That's what I think that this is going to look like in a way. These special teams look so disheveled, dude. Why did we take a timeout? They're just punting, dude. Can't be a hard concept, man. Flag? A false start on defense? What happened? Looks like there's a flag on the play. No flag on the play? What's going on? What's happening, man? Ay. Oh, I think maybe they took a delay of game. Yeah, they did take a delay of game to give him some more yards. That makes sense. Need a 185 out of Gino? That could happen. That could happen. Every time he tries for history, he always misses. He had the leg, but not the accuracy. I mean, he's a great kicker. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I don't think accuracy's too big of a deal, especially if you're going for like crazy distances. Cowboys history today. What history is that, by the way, Mason? Ball lands into the end zone. Looks like the Raiders are going to get the ball at the 20-yard line. We're going to see this Cooper Flag dunk against the Pelicans. Yeah, yeet! Most passing yards. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, little guy, don't get me wrong. It's basically, it's his second game. I don't think you could design any quarterback to go in there and just go tear it up. Not many quarterbacks, that is, right? Not many quarterbacks. I think you make a game plan, especially in his basically second game, to get comfortable, go make the plays, the easy plays, get him a play that he could get a good look, so he gets comfortable with those looks. I don't think we're designing a game plan for like Shadur to go master up a game where he's just going to go whoop the team. He's going to go throw for 400 yards and like 4 touchdowns. And like, this is just like, that's get comfortable type of game. We're in week 12. You're playing against an opponent that's pretty bad. Like, this is the time to take, okay, get comfortable, get settled into the game, and then start taking those shots. Let's start getting creative. Let's see the limits at where he's at, what this play call looks at. Because, yeah, looking at the Browns' schedule in the next few weeks, they're placing the 49ers, who are going to scheme against him very well. The Titans, okay, right? That's why he needs a modified Shedeur plan. Again, this is the plan. Little guy, let's open our mind a little bit. It's his second game, his first start. You're not playing him like he's Tom Brady, prime Tom Brady. He's not playing like a good team. Let's get comfortable so that when you play a good team, mind you, if he starts for the rest of the season, he could do very well. The Bears might be a tough beat. Maybe the Bills, maybe the Steelers, but you have 49ers. Okay, you probably have a 50-50 shot of good games versus whatnot. Yeah, and it's going to really depend. I think it also depends on how he plays today too, Mac. I think it's going to very depend. Don't get me wrong, Mike. I'm not... You missed half the stream. First full game, kid. Yeah, and you're saying we need a modified Shedeur plan? What the fuck are you talking about? You're delusional. Here we go. Geno Smith in shotgun. Yeah, nice. Good throw that to the ground. That definitely would have been picked off. Brock Bowers sat on a little dig. Drubert, welcome back, my guy. Great to see you in here. I hope that you're doing well. I hope that everything's been good. Thank you so much for the one heart me, by the way. Yeah, and it only... Well, Mac, I get that. But again, if Shedeur is probably going to be your number one option, because mind you, Dylan Gabriel has not looked good. You know what I mean? He has not looked good in most games that he's played, other than maybe one. By the way, it's 4th and 3 on their side. They got nothing to lose. Go for it. That's fair. But asking for a modified Shedeur plan when he's played 6 quarters is crazy. High snap, run up the middle for Ashton Genty. He's going to get about 5 yards on second down. 3rd and medium coming up. No, you're good, Mike. Sorry. Didn't realize you were talking about the comments. But yeah, it's also kind of hard to tell who people are talking to. But yeah, Andrew, I don't think the number 1 draft pick is super important. I mean, that might go to the Titans, depending on how their season ends up. Plus, we would not have a tiebreaker against them because we beat them. So, they would need to lose 2 more games and we would need to lose out. How's Shedeur playing? He's been all right. He's had 2 really good plays, but that's about it. Most of it's been screen passes, pretty much. Geno Smith, across the middle for Brock Bowers. Wow, good defense there by Denzel Ward. Got his hands in there on Brock Bowers. 4th and 6, going to punt this one away. I think my dad's got the game off. I don't even think he's watching anymore. But yeah, he had 2 good plays. One for Isaiah Bond for about 50 yards, and then the other for Jerry Jeudy just on like a bootleg. And I think... Well, I don't know. It definitely still gets credited as passing yards, but Jerry Jeudy had fumbled like right after it. So, yeah, it's been an all right game. He's been in the Zach Taylor offense pretty much. Screen passes and short yardage, like completions. That's been about it. He stepped out. Flag on the play. I don't know how they didn't mark him as a step out. Definitely stepped out. Yeah, it looks like it's going to go against Cleveland here. Maybe a block in the back, holding defense, or technically, I guess, just the Browns in this case. Receiving team, Miles Harden, number 26. He gets called for a hold, so it looks like they're going to have a long yardage to go. The play-by-play is still messed up, by the way, Nationers. This field is only like a half field. I don't know what's going on with the graphic, so to say, but it's been very messed up all game. Like, it said that the punt was like 5. Like, look at the punt. What is going on here? Why is it doing? That's so funny. That is so funny. But yeah. That's crazy that little guy came in. He's like, man, they need to make a plan for Shedeur. I was like, was he going to go like game wreck the Raiders defense? Like, don't get me wrong. Like, He's still very talented. He's got a lot of mobility. He's got a decently good arm. Decision-making is questionable at times, but it's like, mind you, like, do you expect him to just go, like call audibles, like, on the fly? Yeah, and mind you, too, like, most of his yards have came from, basically 2 plays. One for 30, the other for 50. So you're talking about 80 to 90 yards from 2 plays. The pick was definitely his fault. The Raiders linebacker, Charles Snowden, definitely baited him like crazy. And just act like he was running to the flat and then jumped right back into the curl route where Jerry Jeudy was. And yeah, I mean, it was just a classic one look, pass it, and he just jumped the route. It's probably what you see a lot of that against like rookie quarterbacks who have not seen plays like that. And especially because that was like their third drive at that point. That was their third drive. Like, yeah, they're still calling pretty basic plays. Like, they're still trying to get rhythm. They're still trying to get things going. Quinshon Judkins looked decently good. I mean, he's got 2 touchdowns. I don't know. Well, he hasn't had a whole lot of yards other than the touchdowns. He's actually also got most of his yards from the touchdowns. There's 1 for 7 and 1 for 3. And that's half his yards. As for Scott, I wish that were the case. But I also should text the guys back. Let them know. Let's see. We're going to try and meet up. We're going to try and meet up. Okay, here we go. We're back. For me, here we go. Shedeur Sanders starting at the 13-yard line. Their worst field position start of the game. 1st and 10 for Shedeur. Run. No. RPO for Isaiah Bond. He's going to set the edge. It looks like there is going to be a flag. It looks like there's going to be a holding call on the offense. We call this a black cowboy play. Jacoby Myers scores. Nice. Good for him. Yeah, we call this a black cowboy. It was a two receiver set to the right or to the left, and you run a screen pass for the inside receiver. They're gonna actually... Oh, there's 2 flags. Hold on, Nation. Sorry, I'm texting the boys. We're trying to set up plans for tomorrow. Zags versus the Alabama. Versus Alabama. Hold on, Nationers. Here we go. Shedeur under center. Run for Dylan Sampson. He's going to try and set the edge. He's going to be tackled for a loss of 1. Is it Dylan Sampson? I think I have that name right. What's his name? Yeah, Dylan Sampson. Okay. I'm like, I know it's Samson, but I was like, maybe it's like DJ Samson. But yeah, so far, Dion's also in the crowd, by the way, in case you guys are curious. Obviously, a big football legend. Is that Matt Barnes? Matt Barnes just hanging out with him. Here we go. 2nd to 18 coming up. 14-3 ball game. 7 minutes left in the third. Shedeur in shotgun. Fannin in motion. Run for Dylan. I almost called him DJ Samson. He gets to the 10-yard line. 3rd down coming up. Max Crosby almost in on it. They had a little jet sweep by Fannin, who was there to guard him. So good to see nonetheless. Let's see what happens here on 3rd down. Are they gonna try and get like a chunk play, or are they just gonna punt this one away? I do not know. Do not know, but let's find out. Some guy's on his 3rd Modelo, which is kind of funny. Pump the play clock. Here we go. Shadur Sanders in shotgun. 2 wide receiver sets to each side. Shadur over the top 4. Fannin, 3rd and 12. Oh, and he's going to get there. Wow, Fannin playing like Darnell Washington. Rejuvenated. He gets a first down. My goodness. Yeah, a little flip pass. Little anchor route for Fannin out of the back after blocking. Oh, man, sneaks out a little bit. And somehow, man, where's the pursuits? Are they in the end zone? No, they're in the back. They're in the back. They're on their side of the field. So they have like 90 yards to go. A little less now after that 15-yard completion. But yeah, down to the 26-yard line. Pitch out to Quinshon Judkins. He cuts it back. Charles Snowden in on the tackle. He gets about 5. You think we trading Crosby? Probably not. Contract's too expensive for most teams. If nobody traded for Trey Hendrickson, nobody's trading for Max Crosby. Unless, like, someone really needs a person. I can imagine there being teams that want him. The money's going to be a little tight. Because he's still a $35 million contract. 33, I think. Proper. But he also had the opportunity to, and he didn't. Wildcat again. Quinshon Judkins run up the middle. This has been by far their best play. At least in terms of running. They get about 4. 3rd and short coming up. What are we going to do in the offseason? There's a difference between what are we going to do in the offseason and what should we do in the offseason. Because I genuinely do not know what we're going to do in the offseason. What we're doing during the season is way different than what I would do. So, yeah, I don't know. I think Chip's gone, though. I will say that. I think Chip Kelly is gone. I would say that that's probably a for certain, though. False start. Oh, come on now. Yeah, yes. False start on the Browns offense. Looks like a left side of the line jumped a little bit. Eagles game is back after halftime. Atlanta should be back after halftime soon here. But yeah, the hard part is like we haven't fired Chip Kelly already. Like we haven't even fired Pete Carroll's son. So it's like it is very tough to know exactly what we're gonna do. Yeah, Carr's not coming back. I know that he said he would like to play. He just got back throwing for the first time from a shoulder injury. I think he's just going to enjoy retirement. I don't think he comes back for any more seasons. It wouldn't surprise me if he did, but I just don't think he will. 3rd and 6 here. Shadur Sanders, another flag. He's going to get it's going to get sacked. Technically, just a tackle. Got it out. Looks like there's going to be a flag. A lot of flags flew on that play, by the way. Max Crosby in on the hit as he threw into the flat right to the ground. 4th down. Legal shift. Okay. I really like Shadur number 12, though, man. It's a nice number on him. I know a lot of people want to live in the heyday of Derek Carr playing for us, but I think that those times are behind us, man. I wouldn't mind if he's on like a one-day contract to retire a Raider, but I was kind of upset with how it was managed towards the end of his career here in Las Vegas. Obviously, just for the Raiders, that is, because he also played in Oakland. But yeah, just as a whole, I'm not. The percentage of it happening are probably still pretty low. I wouldn't surprise me if he signed a day contract or anything, though. With that being said, Alex Backman back to catch this one. Catches at the 26-yard line. Gets his jersey tore up. He's going to be down at the 35-yard line. See what the Raiders can do here on offense, which, mind you, has been pretty minimal. We've had a few plays that have gotten us, 10 yards plus or got us first downs, but not many plays beyond that and whatnot. I think just the passing game as a whole has been very abysmal. Part of it being the O-line. Part of it also. What would you do if the Raiders move back to Oakland? I mean, it'd be fun. That'd definitely be fun to go watch a game, but it's not happening. If they did it, I think it'd be really cool. But I mean, the Oakland City does not want any sports team in their city anymore. Partially because most sports teams are kind of managed by taxpayer dollars, and Oakland is kind of a semi-poverty stricken area of the Bay Area. That's why like the Warriors moved from Oakland to the Bay Area, and more in San Francisco, Santa Clara. Obviously the Athletics are moving out of there. Plus Las Vegas is just a better market for any team in that area. By the way, Daniel, what is good? Welcome back. How you doing today, my guy? How are you? How are you? How are you? Great to see you in here, by the way. Alrighty, Nationers. Let's see if the Raiders can put up some points. See if we can put up some points. We need a good drive. We have not... I don't even know where our drives have ended. I mean, we obviously the field goal was probably our best attempt, but then we missed it. Then we got the INT, got the field goal, so not too sure with what is going to happen here. But 6 punts for the Browns kicker, or punter, that is. Isaiah Bond doesn't even have a photo. That's funny. That is funny. So, let's see what happens here. Oregon versus Washington. That should be a fun game. See what the Raiders. Yeah, let's do beat-ups, man. Let's just go to beat-ups tomorrow. Let's go to beat-ups tomorrow. Okay. Nationers, here we are. We are ready. Ready, Freddy. Ready, Freddy. By the way, I'm doing good. I just bought my PC coming next week. It was very expensive, but worth it. I love to see that, Daniel. How much was it? But yeah, we forced a 3-and-out on their opening drive. Oh, nice, Mason. Nice. Sorry, I was thinking, I know, yeah, I realized who it was. I thought somebody was telling me, like, the Raiders forced a 3-and-out on their first drive. I was like, yeah, it happened like 2 hours ago, 3 hours ago. But I see what you're talking about. Let's see if they can score, though, man. Let's see if they can score. I'm assuming it was just all run plays. Or maybe just short passing because the clock looked like it ran. 1st and 10 for the Raiders offense. 3 wide receivers to the right. Uh-oh. Geno steps up into the pocket. Deep Paul. Oh, just on the outstretch of Trey Tucker. They've been not able to connect at all, man. Geno Smith's deep ball accuracy has been just a little long. Just a smidge long every time. Every time he's tried hitting Trey Tucker, he's just a smidge. He's like 2 yards too long. Oh, and Geno took a shot, dude. He took a shot. 2nd and 10 coming up here. 21-0 unanswered would be kind of crazy. I mean, especially against that Eagles defense. Geno Smith in shotgun. Run for Ashton Shenty up the middle. He's going to get about 3. 3rd and long coming up. Should it look good? They got to clean up the penalties. He's looked all right. He looked all right for his first start. Absolutely. I think it is expected as a first start would be in my mind. The yards definitely say more than where they're at now. I mean, half his yards came from 2 plays. So it's not like he threw for a bunch. I mean, you could just tell he threw for 9 for 15. It's not like every play went for 8 yards, 15 yards, right? 15 to 20 yards. Yeah, the interception was pretty bad. I mean, they've just been calling easy plays. You know, nice little screen passes, things like that. Geno Smith in shotgun. Raheem Mostert into the game. Steps up. Across the middle. Sniper. 4! Tyler Lockett, man, that connection's been elite today. Tyler Lockett with a nice first down. That was a big gain of 33 yards. Good for Tyler Lockett, man. I'm happy that he's on a team. I mean, he went from one bad quarterback to another. 7,000 pounds. The core i9, 5090. Damn. That's crazy, Daniel. That's definitely a big purchase. Definitely be worth it. I'll tell you that. Oh, nice. Nice ball. No, you're good, Daniel. You're good. I'm blaming Geno, as you should, Chucky. Blame it on me. Geno Smith under center here. Ashton Shenty back to the game. Play action. Passing this one off his back foot. Deep 4. Oh, almost picked it. Probably would have still been out of bounds regardless. Denzel Ward, Delprit in the area. Breaking that pass up. Would have been out of bounds regardless, but got into the hands of... Denzel Ward had a very, very good case for actually catching it. If he actually got his hands on it, he definitely won. I mean, he would have had his hands on it. Maybe 2. Possibilities are there, but hard to know. But Chucky, congratulations. How far along is she? Oh, Myles Garrett with a hit. 2nd and 10 coming up at the Browns. 29. Can we dial up a drive? Get a little mesh route across the middle for Tyler Lockett. Run for Ashton Shenty. Tries to break a tackle. He's not going to be able to. Gets about 2 yards. Just hoping Ashton Genty can stay healthy, man. I really hope so. He's been taking a lot of hits, man. He's been taking so many hits. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Just put him on the pylon, man. Put him on the pylon. Don't put him on the back stretch of the end line. Get him on the pylon, man. That's what we need. But here we go. 3rd and 8 coming up. Brock Bowers and Ian Thomas. I don't know what's going on with Michael Mayer. He came in for one play. It's the only time I've seen him. Geno Smith in shotgun here. Ashton Genty to his right. 2 wide receivers to each side. Oh, it looks like they're going to have an offside. Free play. 3rd and 8. They're not going to call it. Across the middle. Okay, there is a flag. And it looks like 2 Browns defenders jumped. Looks like they ran into each other. Like head-to-head run into each other. Oh, let's go. You know, Mason, it's not too bad, though. Most passing yards in Dallas history. Passes Tony Romo, right? That Tony Romo era was legit, man. Tony Romo and Derek Carr. That time to be alive. Looks like Myles Garrett and a few others were offsides. They're going to credit that with Myles Garrett, but there was a lot of people offside. So 3rd and 3 coming up. A few defenders got hit. Looks like they'll be okay, though. Sanders doing all right, Trey. They're definitely think about just like a rookie quarterback in their first game. That's exactly how it's going. Oh, roughing the kicker. Nice. Here we go. Geno Smith in shotgun, 3rd and 3. Trey Tucker in motion. Still to his right. Roll out. Flat route for Trey Tucker, and he just drops it, dude. Ah! He just drops it. Trey Tucker. How does Trey Tucker look like he's like 45 years old? Trey Tucker gets, he gets his hands onto the ball. It's like a nice little rollout, too. He's got his hands onto the ball. He's just got to catch that, man. Just got to catch that. That's rough. That is rough. 4th and 3 coming up. Looks like we're going to kick this one. Kick this. Oh, we're out there. The Raiders offense is out there, man. The Raiders offense is out there. Can we get 3 yards? 4th and 3. Geno Smith. Deep ball. Oh, dude, he has not been able to connect with Trey Tucker at all, man. I don't know if Trey Tucker's running the wrong routes. All the Raiders fans. Oh, man, Trey Tucker's wide open. Oh, man. Oh. Dude, I don't know what's going on in practice because, like, that type of stuff should definitely be something you do. You know what I mean? Oh, man. Geno Smith is irate. He is upset. Yeah, I got to put your hands... I got to put it on him, man. I don't know if him and Trey are just running the wrong routes. Trey Tucker looks tired, dude. He's just sprinting out there. He needs some oxygen right now. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line for the Browns. Harold Fannin in motion. Shadur Sanders trying to draw off the defense. Harold Fannin in the flat route potentially. Adam Butler. Deep pass. Doesn't go. Overthrown ball. Adam Butler's going to hit him as he threw it. They're going to call a flag on roughing the passer? There's definitely a flag for something, though. I just don't know what this is. Adam Butler's trying to argue his case. It's a hit to the head. No, Adam Butler definitely... He's a little dirty of a player. He's been hitting him a little late and whatnot. Legal shift. Yeah, that would have made sense for the offense. Personal foul roughing the passer, so it's just going to negate that. We're just going to replay 1st down. Okay. Wait, so why... Wait. We're replaying... Why did he mark a 1st down? Are they moving the chains? Why the hell are they moving the chains? It's a foul, right? Flag. Sorry, not a foul. Basketball fan here. It's a flag on both teams. Why are they moving the ball? Oh, my God. Superseded because of a roughing the passer call. How does that make any sense, man? 1st and 10. Shadur in shotgun. Run 4. Quick shot. Judkins takes his time. Bus open for an 11-yard run. Good for him. Oh, and it looks like he is hurt on the play. Looks like he is hurt on the play. That's a step, man. Cowboys had the most penalties. I mean, I would not be surprised if Riley Moss... somehow they're going to racially profile Riley Moss for defensive pass interference somehow in that game. How many penalties have they had? I guess I can look real quick. Looks like Quidshot Judkins is down. Looks like he's hurt. Team stats. Penalties, 8 for 50. Well, maybe some of them aren't enforced, right? That doesn't tell the whole story. But to be fair, the Eagles have 8 penalties for 50 yards, whereas the Cowboys only have 6 for 54. So, I mean, maybe there are penalties that just aren't getting called, but yeah, I'm not too sure. I can't give too much thought into that. I thought the roughing the kicker was a 15-yard penalty and automatic first down. It absolutely should be, unless it just wasn't roughing the kicker call, because it should be, absolutely should be. Because it's just like roughing the quarterback that we just had on Shadur. Excuse me. Let's see what the boys are saying. Let's see what the boys are saying. Looks like we're going to beat ups tomorrow. That should be fun. Steelers fake tush push. I gotta watch this, man. Gotta watch this. Fake tush push. Gainwell. Oh, nice. Oh, wow. They just ran the Mark Andrews fake tush push. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good. That sounds like a ton of fun. Man, I only got 5 yards in re-kick. It's probably just a different flag then. Probably just a different flag then. Let's see. All plays, punt. Running into the kicker is only 5, but roughing the kicker is 15. And you guys got called for a running into the kicker, which it technically isn't a personal foul. Running and roughing is 2 different. Because if you hit his plant leg or his kick leg while he's still in the motion, that's 15. But if he's planted and you run into him as he's planting, then that's running. From my knowledge of punting. From my knowledge of that. So yeah. Is it commercial, Lil Mac? Yes, it is commercial right now. Not too much happening in terms of the game. Talking about some of the other games right now. It looks like the Jacksonville Jaguars are up 17-14 against the Arizona Cardinals. Atlanta's up 16-7 against the New Orleans Saints. Philadelphia's still up 21-7 against Dallas. So just waiting on game break right now, pretty much. Wait until we get back from commercial break. By the way, HJ, thank you so much for hitting that follow button. Welcome into the nation. Welcome to the realest about the internet. Also, Cowboys are not coming back. Our defense is buns. I think you guys still have a really good defense. Mind you, it had not been like that for the first half of the season, but you guys got 5 players back, Overshown at linebacker. I think you guys can, if you guys can web together the games that you guys need to win. Losing this game is going to be rough, though. The tie helps you a ton, though. But again, you're still facing Green Bay, who's probably going to be in the wild card. You're also probably going to be facing, what is it? The Lions or the Bears in the wild card. I mean, I think the NFC South is pretty clear. Yeah, the Saints, they're not in there. Falcons are not in there. Bucks are in there. Who else is in the South? Who else is in the AFC South? Why do I not know? Carolina, that's going to be an interesting one. I mean, Lil Mac, I mean, they're going to have to if they want to, man. I mean, I'm talking hypothetical. I mean, yeah, I mean, the Cowboys also need to beat the Lions, who are going to be in a wild card. They have a very low chance, but they are going to need to pretty much win out. Win out and you're in, but you also need other teams to lose, which is very difficult, which as a Raiders fan, I've seen that quite a lot. You know, every scenario we're like, oh, this team needs to lose and that team needs to actually tie. And there's still a way that you guys can win. You guys can still make it even with the loss here today. But NFC side of things, you need to win against, especially a division. Because Commanders are out, Giants are out. Eagles are already division titleists, so it's not like they're taking a spot that you would potentially have. But yeah, little rollout, incomplete pass for Fan in here. I like that, Seth. I like that. Technically, they don't have to win division, but they're going to. Well, right, yeah. Technically, they haven't. The win here solidifies the win, though. Because I don't think there's enough games that they could come back regardless to win it. Like Philadelphia loses out because they'd put them at 9, and with a loss here today, they could technically not get to 9 because of the tie. So if they win today, then they technically win the division. If I'm not wrong. My Orioles let me down. Now my Cowboys are letting me down. Quishad Judkins looks like he's being taken to either a blue tent or to the medical tent or into the back. I'm not too sure. But 2nd and 10 coming up for... Oh, yeah, they take his helmet. He might be in concussion protocol. I'm not too sure. But he's got 2 touchdowns. Done well for fantasy here. Here we go. 2nd and 10 coming up for Shadur and this Cleveland Browns offense. Roughly at midfield here. Shadur, deep drop back into the flat for Sampson. He's going to get tackled for lost. Oh, do not rough him. Oh, my God. No. They throw a flag? Oh, they did. Oh, my God. It's the fucking suplex tackle. How are we going to get the tackle? Oh, my God. I hate this stuff, man. I hate the suplex tackle. It's so rough. Oh, man, it's always the worst. How about them Raiders? Super Bowl contenders, let me tell you that. Oh, it's a personal foul, man. It's automatic first down after a tackle for loss. I hate the suplex tackle rule, man. It's a BS call. I think Joe Milton's got good potential. He's got a good arm. Don't get me wrong. But he's a little inaccurate at times. I don't think many of the areas that he's played are good styles for him, though. Technically, now AOC can start. We'll see what next week holds, but not this week. Keep hoping, though. That's what I'll say. Gino will probably start for the rest of the season. Shadur almost trips on a run to the right for Sampson. He's going to bust one open. Isaiah Palomalu with the tackle. Very nice by Isaiah, but man, Sampson goes for a tackle for loss in the flat, gets roughed by Jamal Adams, and then runs to the right for a gain of 26. Yeah, Eagles do have a great defense, I will say. Yeah, I mean, most inexperienced quarterbacks are really bad at zone reads, so it makes sense. Browns need a quarterback so bad. They have Deshaun Watson on their team. Jonathan, thank you so much for hitting that follow button. Welcome to the nation. Welcome to the Real Scheme on the internet. Great to see you in here. Michael, who would they need? There they go. 1st and 10. Tackle for loss via Max Crosby. Tackle for loss king, man. It's just what he does. Gets a lot of tackle for losses, man. Got in there for a tackle for loss for the run to the right for Sampson. Loss of 3 on the play. Oh, nice, Jonathan. Very nice. Been a good game so far, at least in terms of what even Shadur's offered for them. Right. So you draft 2 quarterbacks last season to then draft one next season? I don't think that makes any sense. 2nd and 13 coming up. Shadur Sanders in shotgun. Stepping up to the pocket. Avoids a sack. Going to be a flag on the play. Max Crosby in on the hit as he threw. Looks like the OC, or at least a coordinator, is very, very holding on the offense. Should be. Yeah, should be. Yep. Okay, cool. Jack Conklin in on the hold. Looks like he was holding Max Crosby there for a second. Max Crosby still was able to almost get a sack and almost get the hit as he threw. Shadur Sanders hits to the ground. 2nd and 23 coming up Here you go, 2nd and 23. Like I mentioned, you have Deshaun Watson on your team. Hence why you didn't draft a quarterback in the first round. Isn't that a telltale sign? Run up the middle for Sampson. He's going to be tackled for a loss of 4. Don't get me wrong, Michael. I just don't think that that's going to happen, my guy. I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm just saying that what you're saying is probably not going to happen. That's actually not Sampson. That's Jerome Ford, number 34. And I only say that just because, well, I mean, yeah, wishful thinking, but I don't think that's going to happen because you already drafted 2 quarterbacks last season, and you still have Deshaun Watson on your team. I agree, Jonathan. I'm not a huge fan of Dylan Gabriel, and that's coming from an Oregon fan. He got like the Make-A-Wish Heisman vote. Oh, man, almost. If only DeCamerion Richardson, that's not DeCamerion, that's Eric Stokes, excuse me, only wasn't playing defense and actually saw the ball. Ball intended for Xavier Tillman. Oh, yeah, he just saw it late. Definitely could have been a pick by Eric Stokes. Damn. Also, Lonnie Johnson finally back. That's great to hear. Shaduki, that's a funny name. Shadur's definitely better than Dylan Gabriel, in my opinion. By far. By far. He is the better quarterback of the two. 4th and 27 coming up. They're about to kick this field goal. It is good. It is good. Lamar is great quarterback in the North every year. I mean, I think Lamar has also been very helped by Joe Burrow, not just because of the injuries, just because that team has been so bad. From even last season, missing the playoffs, this season, potentially missing the playoffs, depending on when Joe Burrow comes back. But turf toe is a very serious injury, and like it could definitely mess you up for a long time. So, yeah, what is their record, by the way, right now? 3-8. Yeah, it's playoffs are looking a little bleak. They'd have to pretty much win out and need a lot of help. But man, I mean, I will say the Bengals games have been very entertaining all season. Need to battle back and win this game. It's not super important that we win this game, but it is always nice to win, Jason, I will say. Just because of draft position. I mean, when you're playing in this part of the season, you kind of have to be thinking about draft position. And I think that's kind of the mission. You know what I mean? Like, that is partially the mission because let's say the Saints come back, which I don't, they could. I don't think they will. Let's say if they win another game, they're at 3. Cleveland obviously beats us, so they hold that tiebreaker. You know, they're ahead of us. Giants haven't even had their bye quite yet. They probably have their bye next week. But, yeah, Cincinnati, Washington all being at 3-8. Cleveland being at 3-8. And Dallas always has issues in the red zone. Do they have another issue in the red zone here? Do you think the Browns instead of start Washington next year? Absolutely. He's still on your team for a reason. And he's still probably better, just experience-wise, than the other 2 quarterbacks that you have on your team. But yeah, I would say that he probably would be starting. I don't like Deshaun Watson now. He was great at Houston, man. He was like, man, watching him at Houston just break sacks. Like watching Caleb Williams now very much reminds me of like him just breaking sacks. Like him, Houston, D-Hop, J.J. Watt, like crazy. But then all the massage stuff, then all of the like money that he was guaranteed, like a $250 million contract guaranteed is crazy. I mean, I like the bold play by them, but yeah, it obviously kind of bit them in the butt because, you know, tore his Achilles and hasn't played for 2 years, retore it mid injury. Was it 230? Okay, I thought it was 250. I also think the play calling is way different too. I mean, you put Drake May in like a offense like the Raiders and he does awful, right? No matter how good of Drake May is. Not saying that like he's a system quarterback by any means, but you know, play styles do matter in terms of quarterback. You know what I mean? Like if you didn't allow like Josh Allen or like Lamar Jackson or Patrick Mahomes to like be who they are, it's you obviously don't. If you're not playing to their strengths, you're only pulling them behind. I don't know about Judkins. I don't know if he's out. I haven't seen an update on ESPN yet. I know that they took his helmet, maybe for a concussion protocol of some sort. But yeah, The one hard part was that, like, with Odell and Jarvis Landry there, like, when Jarvis Landry was, or not Jarvis Landry, but Odell's dad was like, man, we got tapes on him. Like, just being open and Baker not throwing, and then they're just like, yeah, okay, we'll get rid of him. We'll believe you. By the way, Asodi's 10. Thank you so much for hitting the follow button. Much love out to you. Aubrey just missed it? Oh, man. Thought it was an INT here, though. Geno Smith in shotgun. Across the middle for Ian Thomas. He's going to get past the 30 down at the 31-yard line. 51 yards. Oh, man, that's an automatic for him. Probably one of his first 50-yard misses in a long time. Worst contract versus in return in NFL. Yeah, I would say worst contract for what you got out of him. I mean, 2 years on the bench just because of an Achilles injury that he retore during his recovery initially. And the style of play not being great. CD needs to go. CD's fine on the Dallas Cowboys team. He's fine. Geno stepping up into the pocket. Going to take a sack here. Myles Garrett with another sack. He's going to get a third of the game. Good for Myles, man. I kind of want to see him go break the record. Kind of want to go see him break the record, man. That's 3 for the day, though. That is 3 sacks for him. Yeah, I hope they don't give him a half sack either. I mean, technically, I guess it probably is more of a true half sack than not. But yeah, 17th career sack. They're only going to credit him with his second there. Okay, that's what I thought. Because I saw the first one earlier, but they said he had 2. What are they doing here? What the fuck is happening, dude? So it looks like the Browns thought that there was a false start. So Myles Garrett walks across the line. They're not going to call the false start. And then they false start anyways. Kalen, I don't think I'm winning, man. I don't think I'm winning. Maybe, unless something happened. No, 14%, Caitlin. Are you winning? Let's see. Chubba. Oh, you are winning. Oh, that's go get. Oh, yeah, you are for sure winning. You are for sure winning. Wow. Wow, you just had a bunch of 15-point scorers. 30 by Amon-Ra. Oh, yeah. Ashton Genty into the flat. Spin move, pass to 20, breaks a tackle. Breaks another tackle. It's going to be down after a gain of 4. Cowboys lost the game because the Eagles going to score it. I mean, I don't think that's the reason that they're going to lose the game, but one of the many reasons. Kalen, you got to go to the championship. You got to go win the dang thing. I need you to with my George Pickens. But, yeah. Oh, man, I have so much dead skin on my toe. Oh, man. Yeah, I can't even peel it right now. I gotta peel it while it's wet. Anywho, yeah, I think the Eagles are going to win. Geno Smith in shotgun. Out to Ian Thomas into the flat again. Past the 30 on 3rd and 19. My God, man. How the hell did we get there? I swear I watched like every play. Oh, yeah, because of sacked and the false start. And then, yeah. Bailey Zappi. He's also activated today, man. I like Bailey Zappi. Zappi Hour. It was always fun watching him play in Foxborough. I always liked watching Bailey Zappi. Held his own for what it was, too, man. But here we go. 4th and 12 coming up. AJ Cole back to punt for, I don't know, his 10th time today. Holy goodness. This went out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Trying to see how many done. Yeah, Saquon has done nothing against us. That's good to know. That was his 8th punt, by the way. His 8th punt. My God. 17-3 in favor of the Browns right now. I cannot wait to record my Raiders rebuild for this episode, Nationers. I cannot wait to record it. I cannot wait to record it after today's game, man. That's going to be good. It's going to be real good. I'm excited. But, yeah. Caitlin, were you listening? If you're still here, were you listening to a jam 2 days ago? Yesterday. Were you listening to a jam? Because I think I like the one thing with my FM frequencies, like if I open Spotify, it automatically starts playing whatever is on. And so if you're playing music, it like automatically plays. But if it's paused, it'll stay paused. But you might have been in a jam and it was like you left the jam. Oh, man. Cam Ward is not him. I would not expect a first overall draft pick to be good on the Titans this season. Jonathan. Cam Ward is a good quarterback. He just plays for the Titans. I know Saquon is a great running back, but he cannot get yards for sure. This year's definitely been, he's got the Madden curse, man. He's got the freaking Madden curse. I would have expected a small regression, maybe not as big as I would have thought. I mean, it's not like he's ass, not like he sucks, but he's still a very good running back. I just don't think he's gotten the looks as he did last season. If that makes sense. I like how out of all of this, Jonathan's just like, Cam Ward is not him. He just needed to get that off his chest, man. The amount of drop passes I watched throughout the season of Cam Ward and his receivers is abysmal, dude. Like, I could not watch it. I'm like, I've seen the Raiders drop a lot of balls, but like, or like the Green Bay Packers drop a lot of balls. It was pretty rough, but I think Cam Ward will be a good quarterback, especially with them probably getting the first overall draft pick next season. I think so. Nothing but punts in the second half. The Eagles have been very iffy on offense because they like do really well and then they go like 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. Like against the Rams, that was the thing. They had like 5 straight 3 and outs in the second half. So yeah, and a missed field goal, of course. That is true. Shadur Sanders rolls out, bootleg to the left. Finds himself in the flat. Nope, just going to find himself throwing that to the sideline there. Held onto the ball for a split second too long. Split second too long. Not super great there. Is this the Browns? I'm not too sure. This looks like the Browns GM. I don't know who they were talking about. I have fallen a punt off. Love to see it, man. I mean, that's basically what this game's become to now. Had a few good drives, but nothing crazy. 2nd and 10. Shadur under center here. Run to the left. 4 quick shot Junkins. He is back into the game. Stiff arms Jeremy Chin. He's going to get tackled after a gain of 2. Mace, I'm sure you're happy about that. 3rd down coming up. 3rd and long, actually. They're only going to give him 1. Only going to give him 1. Let's see what they can do here. And the media is going to go crazy. I know. I agree too, Fallen. I will agree. He's had 2 really good plays, and that's about it. I will agree. Because they're going to make it look like, wow, okay, so he's got 150 yards on, 10 to 19, 143 exactly, but 150. Like, wow, he's throwing for 15 yards per pass. It's like, well, no, 2 plays. Oh, there you go. Oh, now this is going to look really good. Samson, well, as I say that, Samson just goes for a 70-yard touchdown. And again, people are going to look at that and be like, wow, that's Shadur. It's a screen pass. He threw for -1 yards. And that's, yep. And he just threw for a 66-yard touchdown. And here's the thing. They're going to say it's Shadur. That was 5 yards into the backfield, by the way. 5 yards. Like, don't get me wrong. I like Shadur as a person. He's a little questionable at quarterback, but I know that the media is going to eat this up. I 100% know that the media is going to eat this up. 71 yards after the catch. I know. You know what I'm saying? Like, that as a whole. Like, for most any other quarterback, you're not like, oh, wow, like Lamar just threw for that, You may be, depending on if you box score watch or anything, like, yeah, oh, man, he had 300 yards for, 3 touchdowns, It's like, did you watch the game? It was like most of that him. Like, none of that was Shadur other than making the catch. Other than making the throw, right? Like, freaking Kenny Pickett could have done that. Could be worse. Could be a Giants fan. I mean, I at least have hope for the Giants fans, other than the injuries this season, though. By the way, Cam, welcome back, by the way. Also, Cam Ward needs better wide receivers to throw to. I agree. I'll be interested if they go get, like, someone like Jeremiah Smith. I guess he's also in his second year. Oh, that's going to be awful for them. Don't get me wrong, Bam. You just tuned in. John, thank you so much for hitting that follow button. Welcome into the nation. Welcome to the realest community on the internet. Bro, in his first game, he got over 200 yards and a tutty. He's doing great. Stop hating. Don't get me wrong. Tijuana, I like Shadur. He had a 60-yard pass to Isaiah Bond. Great play. He had a 35-yard plus catch to Jerry Jeudy. Don't get me wrong. He had 143 yards of 10 of 19. Half of his yards came from 2 plays. Everything has been screen passes, check downs. Don't get me wrong. He just got a 66-yard touchdown on a screen pass that was 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. That had nothing to do with Shadur. That any quarterback could have done that, and it's not getting credited to them other than the touchdown and the yards. Mind you, that's just how football works. Like, nobody's going back into the box scores and being like, oh, no, you got a minus 70 yards from that. But you as a fan cannot say that that was him. That is Dylan Sampson's touchdown for 70 yards. Okay? That is not Shadur's touchdown for 70 yards. Okay? You're giving credit to the wrong person. Brock Bowers right off the fingertips, off the back foot. Judkins is back into the game. Yes, he had one play, went for about 1 yard on 3rd and 9 right before that touchdown. Yeah, they look. I agree, Fawn. The Giants look like a very soft Lions team. Like good few receivers. Macy, don't get me wrong. I like Shadur. Questionable quarterback at times, but hey, trying to be good challenge level Raiders. Is that an impossible? Well, looks like we're gonna have a roughing the passer, low hits. Yeah, that's not speak too soon, Fallen. Jerry Jeudy's all right. I'm kind of glad that the Broncos have got rid of him. Not because like division rival. I think it was just really hard to have a two-headed monster there. But yeah, Shadur makes 2 good throws and he looks, but overall he looks mid. I would say he's a little above mid in my eyes, at least watching this game today. He's made a lot of the right decisions. He's taken everything that he's given. But a lot of it has just been short yard downs. And it's like the only time he forced the ball was on the INT. That was about the only throw that I've seen him force the ball. He's had a few like clear interceptions, partially just because he was rolling out and like right as he rolls out, they're getting open and then he's just not able to flip his hips and throw it. He's had a few throws out of bounds, but mid to like maybe slightly above mid. Addy, welcome back. Thank you so much for the 2 roses. Much love out to you. I'm not here to argue about Shadur by any means, but I'm just trying to be a realistic person and say that most of the plays are not because of him. He's had 2 good plays that were because of him. The Jerry Jeudy across the middle that he fumbled and the Isaiah Bond play, which was a beautiful play. Yeah, I agree, Wop. I agree. He had a few good seasons. I think it was a good change of scenery for him, especially with Cortland Sutton kind of on the rise there. And like, how does that work? Mind you, I also think like not having a quarterback there for a while was not helping. It's kind of like, think about like Tampa, just not like having a quarterback. Deep ball. Oh, we're going to get a defensive PI, I think. That's so funny. Denzel Ward was celebrating like he put clamps on Trey Tucker and then realized the flag was thrown on him. Looks like the Raiders are going to get kind of assisted here from a few penalties. That's a soft PI, especially for an out-of-bounds ball. That's a soft PI. I agree. I mean, it is... I think one thing is that the media kind of blew him up like he's going to be a first-round quarterback. And then, you know, he obviously dropped to the 5th round, where he probably would have landed into that 4th, 5th round anyways if it weren't for, like, who he was, how he acted, and how much people kind of blew his draft stock to proportion. How are we losing to the Browns? The Browns have a good defense. That just kind of questions how much, like, you know about the Browns team as a whole. But that's okay. I know. Trey Tucker's got a crazy amount. Oh, Brock Bowers, high point catch. Going to be incomplete on 1st down. Brock Bowers not able to pull that one in. But Dallas should just hand over George Pickens to Denver. He probably gets re-signed. I don't know how the money work is going to look like for them, you know, with cap space and all that. I agree. I think, there are quarterbacks that are like, like, 7-3, 6-4 in college and still do well in the NFL. Even in lower conferences, too. Oh, Tyler. What? Okay. Even as a Raider fan, that is not a PI. That is not a PI. They're going to call it an offense, right? Okay. There's no way that they're calling Tyler Lockett on a defensive pass interference on him. Like, he'd most definitely fell. Yeah, I'm like, there's no way. Okay. They definitely are, user. I mean, we could always talk about, like, how, like, Shedeur looked in college. I mean, he plays exactly like he looked in college. Like, good rollouts. He's got decently good pocket presence, but sometimes he holds the ball a little bit too long. His internal clock is a little slow. But he looked like, watching him play today, he looks exactly like he played in Colorado. And, you're like, okay, it's like an MMA fighter, like, doing the same thing and then going to the UFC and realizing they probably can't do the same thing for as long. They have to adapt. 2nd and 20 coming up. Geno Smith, cross the middle for Ian Thomas. He's going to get about 9 of it back. But not real talk. I think Bo Nix is underrated. His stats for a year 2 are pretty damn good. This year, I've really liked him. I thought his first season was really good, to be honest. He had a few iffy games. I mean, I watched a lot of Broncos games last season, not only because of the Raiders, but because of the I have a Raiders fan. Jordan Meredith goes down with a knee injury. It looks like he's going to be pulled from the game here. But while we're in game break, I really like Bo Nix. I know he gets a lot of hate just because, the game against the Broncos, even against the Raiders, the Giants, I think he gets a lot of hate. I don't like the play calling by Sean Payton. I don't think that's necessarily all of Bo Nix's fault. I wouldn't expect a second-year quarterback to, especially under a helm of an offensive coordinator like Sean Payton. Sean Payton's calling the plays like Drew Brees is still under quarterback and whatnot. Yeah, so he did get activated today at Fallen. I think Caleb Rogers just came in, actually. I actually think Caleb Rogers just came in. I don't know what number that was, but we're going to see a graphic here. Jordan Meredith going to head to the sideline here. But, yeah, so I'm assuming that Caleb Rogers is going to play right guard, Jordan Meredith back at center. Or, no, excuse me, never mind. Yeah, no, Caleb Rogers just come in at right guard then. Shedeur got a touchdown? Yeah, but it was a 70-yard screen pass to Sampson. So that's definitely Sampson's touchdown more than it is Shedeur's touchdown. It was a 70-yard screen pass. I don't think most screen passes you're crediting to the quarterback anyways. 75. Let's say 76. I don't know. Brock Bowers in motion. Geno Smith under center. 3rd and 11 coming up. Gotta have it. Geno Smith on his feet. Pump fakes it. Takes it on his feet. Get there, Geno. Oh, and he stumbles. The unction. The Unk's knees not able to hold up. Yeah, it's Kappa. Kappa's in. Yeah, Anthony, a sad Raiders fan. It's fun. It's even worse that that's your name. Oh, man. Yeah, Geno. Oh, I don't know why he was trying to cut that one back left. Kind of curved it. Like a basketball player, like Stephen Curry, cutting it up after a screen. As a Broncos fan, it's all about how we finish. Typically never off to a fire. Yeah, I agree. Takes a quarter or two. It takes like pretty much 3 quarters for the Broncos to warm up. But 4th and 2, got to have it here, Nationers. Got to have it. Geno Smith under center. Trying to draw them off sides. Play action. Come on. Give it to Ashton. Nice. Ashton Jeanty touchdown. Let's go, baby. On 4th and 2. Ashton Jeanty gets to the end zone. Oh, man. Nationers. Ashton Jeanty gets another touchdown. Long time since his last one. It's been abysmal these past few games. Last time he got one was against the Jags 2-3 weeks ago, I believe. Yeah, no Cowboys touchdown. Oh, yeah, Ashton Jeanty almost looked away. I think the word he was able to get in there. I don't think he got 2 feet down, though. 1, 2. Yeah, he did. Okay. There we go. Well, yeah, I also agree. I'm with you there on that WAP. Like, Troy Franklin and his drops, man. Like, those deep balls that, like, Troy Franklin cannot get into his hands, man. It's rough. Comeback starting now. Guys, we only have 5 minutes to go score 2 more touchdowns. Washington Browns do better against the Raiders than the Jags. What are you saying there? You're saying... Right. Okay, I see what you're saying there. Uva. Browns do have a good defense too. I will say that partially the Raiders like play calling is like actually atrocious. Like I think I could go to Madden, find like 20 plays that are better than the plays we have right now. You know what I mean? Oh, fourth quarter for that Philly-Dallas game. Hi, Munch. Munch. Oakley. Hi, buddy. Gino got the 185 that he needed. Jacksonville looked like if they hold on to this win, they could be... Jacksonville winning here is huge, especially for the Chiefs not making the playoffs. Because then the Jags at least stay 2 games ahead. Even though they're only 1 game ahead, it's just because if the Chiefs have the same record as the Jags have the tiebreaker. Looks like the Colts are probably going to win the division too. It'd be abysmal if the Colts lost and got to the wild card. Here they go. Larvadane brings it out to the 27-yard line on the kick return. Somebody, it's something I've always seen watching Denver. We always start off like we want to lose. That's fair. That's probably a very good, accurate. Yeah, that's probably pretty fair, to be honest. Oh, man. That is probably pretty fair. What if the Raiders get to the playoffs? If we lose this game, there's no chance we make it to the playoffs. I mean, we'd be 7-9. That's definitely not happening in the West or the AFC. Sorry, big basketball fans, so use that. Wildcat again? Why the hell do they keep running this Wildcat play? They have 3 tight ends to the left. They have 1 receiver to the left as well. And Judkins just run up the middle. They've ran this play 3 times, 2 times for a touchdown. Oh, wow. Did they really? I mean, oh, that's that running back. Yeah. I don't know. I was thinking of like Damian Arnett. Did they? Yeah, Texans waived him 3 days ago. Haven't seen any breaking news on it yet, but maybe he did just sign. 2nd and 7 coming up. Shadur back into the game. Run up the middle for Quinshon Judkins. Going to go for a -1 yard play. Damn it, Arnett. I missed that goat. If only he didn't drink alcohol and find himself intoxicated on the side of the highway, man. In gun charges, man. They could. They very well could, Jonathan. But their win against the Colts today was huge. I'm praying Denver can make a singing before the end, or a signing before the end of free agency, especially at running back. I mean, Damian Pierce would have been nice, but I mean, you still have RJ Harvey there, who's actually performed well in a few games, depending on the play calls and depending on who you're playing. He's not been consistent, but that 3 touchdown game looks good. That's definitely, I mean, again, very much an outlier. If you know anything about statistics, you have to get rid of outliers in that way. 3rd and 9 coming up though after the loss. On the run of the middle for Quinshon Judkins. Shadur Sanders in shotgun here. Do have a tight end to the left. 3 wide receivers to the right. Shadur in shotgun here. Quinshon Judkins to his left. Xavier Tillman in motion. Going to be another run to the right. But this time it goes for a -1 yard loss again. Woo! Yeah, no, I agree, Wap. And like to put him in that position after losing J.K. Dobbins. Yeah, that's a rough one. He's a good change of pace back to start off his career, but yeah, it's a lot. I think most teams, this is just me, we're seeing this a lot now in the NFL, where you need like 2 decently good running backs, and it doesn't matter how good one of them are. You still need a good running back. Don't get me wrong, but we're seeing a lot of like 2-headed running back monsters where it's just like you have like a Saquon, then you have who's their backup, AJ Dillon, right? You're seeing that. You have like a good running back that's going to be the main snap guy, and then you have a change of pace back. Definitely seeing a lot of that. Another punt for Corey Borjaquez, the 9th-year punter out of New Mexico. 1st and 25 for Eagles. We move to their side again. Okay. Be a crazy comeback. Oh, crazy comeback if they were able to come back. Pocket watch. Yeah, they're just noticing all the pocket presence here from Gino and all of that. But Yeah, the playoff picture definitely looks a lot different now. Just because of that win. But, yeah, Indianapolis drops down to the 3rd seed here. But Jacksonville, you're going to need a lot from the Chiefs. They definitely need to win out for sure. 1st and 10, Geno Smith. Going to take a sack, man. Is it going to be... No Myles Garrett. Kind of just want him to rack up some sacks. I would love to see somebody else in the Super Bowl instead of the Chiefs again. I wouldn't mind it if the NFC side of the ball is really good. I mean, don't get me wrong. We sat through like Patriots forever. So, but yes, I would like to see. Screen pass for Ashton Jeanty. Here he is. A few lead blockers here. Going to be able to break a few tackles. Runs into his own guy and just absolutely gets RKO'd. Oh, Ashton Jeanty is definitely hurt. I think he just took I think he took a helmet right to the chest, dude. I think he took a chest right to the... I think he should be fine. Yeah. Gonna run that one off. Yeah. Ashton Jeanty's legs keep getting caught up. They keep getting caught up. Yeah. One thing that we always were taught, like never to go low on running backs. Oh yeah, it's crazy falling. I like to see the Rams in the Super Bowl, man, especially for Matthew Stafford again, man. Like MVP caliber season. They have a week off, right? Yeah. Oh no, they're playing tonight. That's right. This will be a good game for them to see how they do. Raheem Mostert gonna check into the game. Yeah, Caleb Grant is suited up. I see him on the sideline there, number 60. No, who's Grant? Sorry, that's Charles Grant. That's not Caleb Rogers. I already knew that Caleb Rogers was 76. I saw number 60. I was like, oh yeah, that's him. Run across or pass for Brock Bowers across the middle. He's gonna get a first down after a gain of 6. We probably have one of the worst 3rd down offenses in the entire league. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, Mason. Oh, and a 56 yards. You guys are at the 39-yard line. Yeah, okay. 1st and 10 for the Raiders. Cross the middle for Brock Bowers again. Fantasy owners are liking that one. That's another 1.9 points. He gets 9 yards on first down here. Trying to hustle it up. You need 2 touchdowns here. And I got dog hair everywhere, man. Here we go. 2nd and 1. It's a long one, though. But 2 touchdowns, you need it. You got to score. Right across the middle for Raheem Mostert. Just keep running this halfback angle dig. Right across the middle. I know exactly the play. But, yeah, you hate to see it, man. Hate to see it. Raheem Mostert. See how many plays. I think we can get one more play in before half here. Got to have a big one. Yep. Oh, and it's a fumble and a sack by Myles Garrett. Right across the backside. Myles Garrett gets another sack. He forces a fumble, and the Browns are going to get the ball with 2:10 left in this ball game. I'm not even mad about that. Kind of happy for Myles Garrett. He is kind of a dick of a person at times, but man, I enjoy a good edge rusher, man. Oh yeah, bounced right into the Cleveland Browns lineman's hands. Number 96 coming up with that one. Malik Collins coming up with that one, man. Oh, Nations, this is going to be good. I don't know what's going to happen. This is crazy. Yesterday, Nation, I picked up a Sonic order. I picked up a few Sonic orders while door dashing, and I woke up this morning and somebody tipped me an extra $1 at 6:52 in the morning. They tipped me an extra $1. Another Wildcat. Quinshon Junkin's going to take this one, run up the middle for him. Breaks a tackle. Breaks another tackle. He's going to get about 9 yards after being stopped just 2 yards into his run. But he kept his feet running just like running backs are taught, and he gets 9. Myles Garrett with his 3rd sack. So he's going to be at 18. He only needs, is it 21? Yeah, 22.5. So he's going to need 4.5 sacks. Will Putman and Geno Smith getting shipped to China. That's funny, man. I would agree. I would probably agree with that. Guangdong Tigers. They're going to go play for the Shanghai Sharks. They're a basketball team. I'm with you on that. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens here. Going to be real interesting to see what happens here. with the offseason. Mind you, we're a few weeks away from that. Already no interception for Gino. This will be his first game without an INT. Is it actually? It probably is true. The one thing is I know that he's just thrown multiple in one game. Oh yeah, because he threw one against the Broncos. That's right. That's right. Recent games. Let's just see all. No, Kansas City. Kansas City, he didn't throw one. It'll be his second game. And Washington, technically, he did not throw one. But pretty much all season, he's at least thrown an average pick a game on average. But he's had 2 games, about to be a third. Because I'm sure that they're going to run down this clock and go try and do something. But yeah, if nobody's fired or released, don't think they will. Our franchise needs to start questioning Mark Davis. I agree, Fran. Because it's like we are in week 12 after abysmal loss after abysmal loss. Like, I get the Colts. Like, you're okay. It's one game. But understandably, you're like, man, this could happen again. So what happens the next game? And you're looking at it. You're like, okay. Oof. Okay, that's not the... Okay, that happened again. And the Chiefs, they get Rashid Rice back after 6 weeks. He comes back. Blow us out. Mind you, not as bad as the Colts loss. It was actually a 31-point loss and not a 34-point loss. But regardless... Yeah, the Raiders O-line has not looked good, especially after the injuries. I know a lot of people who are not fans are like, wow, that O-line's really bad. We have 2 of our starters out. So, like, it looked decently all right at the beginning of the season, but you have a backup left tackle going up against every good edge rusher on each team. Then you have a backup right guard right now, and even a backup center right now, too. But, yes, the O-line has been pretty horrible the last few weeks. Whew, Dallas. Okay. Still plenty of time, though, but, man, that is crazy. Arizona trying to go score. They're on 4th and 1 right now. Show you guys that game cast. Oh, they got a first down. Okay. Okay. Jacksonville got a high chance to go win, but 48 seconds left on the clock. Trevor Lawrence threw 3 picks. Oh, my gosh. I guess I'm not surprised. Flag on the play, by the way. But, yeah, I am definitely surprised that some things have not happened. You know, I understand the not benching because, like, Kenny Pickett's is kind of ass. Like, if anyone thinks that Kenny Pickett's a good quarterback and is going to go save this team, I'm sorry. It's not happening. But then on top of that, Aiden O'Connell had been injured all season. So, I mean, you could have activated Cam Miller. I'm sure they just don't think he's ready to play. He looked good in one preseason game, and everyone's like, oh, my gosh, we should just start him. He should be backup, right? Aiden O'Connell goes down. You're like, oh, okay. The other 2 games that he played, so out of the 3, he did not play well. Yeah, it's like a no-way situation. Somalia Studios, we're in the 4th quarter, under 2 minutes. I'm not showing the game, unfortunately. I just do play-by-play, unfortunately. There's no... oh, wow, Dak, look at that touchdown. Dak Prescott with like a leaping touchdown. That's kind of cool. But no, Somalia, it's illegal to show the game. I don't own the broadcasting rights to it. I just give play-by-play to the games for anyone that wants to listen, which there's plenty of people that do. But yeah, it's making my eyes bleed. Or a team. Raiders are making your eyes bleed. Raiders use all their timeouts. As if I mean, you know, I'm glad that we still think we can win this game. But week after week, we've seen a lot of the same characteristics, a lot of things, nothing. Gardner Minshew plays for the Chiefs now. He was a free agent. He only signed a 1-year contract. Max Crosby in on for the tackle loss on Dylan Sampson. Thoughts on the Patriots? I like their team, man. I really like their team. I know that one of their losses actually came to us in week 1, Sam, but I really like the Patriots. Drake May's played really well. His deep ball has looked beautiful throughout this entire season, which is really impressive for where he's at. But having a new coach, especially a very seasoned coach, someone that at least knows how to kind of coach quarterbacks, like even for being a defensive mind, he's been very good. I'm just going to show you guys the Jags-Cardinals play-by-play. Oh, shit! Oh, my gosh! I have fucking Michael Wilson on my bench, too, dude. I just thought, like, the Jags defense is not going to let up 118 yards. Here's the play-by-play. Incomplete. 10 seconds left. I don't care about this game anymore. It's just a flag. They're kicking the field goal. Kicking the field goal. It's good. Wow. That game's going to overtime. Back to the Raiders game. Go back to the field goal here. But yeah, I like the Patriots. I like their chances. I can see them also being a team that's just one and done in the playoffs. Do I think that'll happen? No. But typically sometimes it happens where it's like, oh, it's playoff time and you're under kind of a, you know, a sophomore quarterback and things look a little iffy. But I think that they'll do just fine. Drake May is also, he's been sacked a lot, but it has not lost them games, so that's not a concern. I think it depends on who they play. Like, if they play the Jags, I'd be a little concerned just because of the defense. But if they play the Bills, I think they can very much beat the Bills in the playoffs. They can beat a lot of teams in the playoffs. The Chargers even. Yeah, they can beat a lot of teams in the playoffs. Depends on their seed, though. High punt. Flag on the play, dude. There's so many freaking flags. So many flags on the play, and they're going to have to re-kick. The clock is going to run out. Oh, my gosh, dude. Pickens for Herbert, watching Pickens ball out, and I have Allen as my QB1. Yeah, I would. I'd probably do that trade if somebody's willing to accept it. Allen's been a little iffy, but I mean, Herbert's also been a little iffy at times. At least in terms of scoring for... Free Raider Stein from Geno side. Oh, it's awful that his name's Geno, too. That it's just so bad, too, because you could just absolutely lose Geno's side. Yeah, and it's just like, I mean, you're probably still asking a lot from him, even from like a running back standpoint. Like, he probably still will be passing for a lot, but I know the Chargers had a bye this week, so. Yeah, I would do it just because then nobody's going to do it. This is so embarrassing. He missed so many opportunities. Who's he that you're looking at? Ken, I'm assuming you're talking about Geno. I'm assuming you're talking about Geno. They're going to punt this one again. Legal formation on the defense, apparently, which I don't know if I've seen many defensive illegal formations and whatnot. But they punted away. 52 seconds left to see what the Raiders can do. Do they just... honestly, it's probably least embarrassing to just kneel this one away. Like, actually. It's probably less embarrassing to just kneel it and just end the game. I would respect the Raiders more just knowing that they are ass right now. 11 sacks. Franchise record, they have 10 sacks. You know, franchise record for the Browns in 1984, they got 11 sacks. I guarantee you they get another sack today. Right across the middle for Raheem Mostert. He's going to get a first down and more. Down at the 28-yard line. Myles Garrett's not in, though. Obviously, I have all the backups now. Never mind, I changed my mind. Eagles are drive. He no. They'll be fine. Them boys are catching up to Eagles right now. They've been pretty good. Geno Smith. To Brock Bowers right at the line to gain. I think he's going to be a yard and a half, or like a half yard short. He's running this one back. See what they could do here. The line is like not hustling, dude. I'm sure they just want this game to be over here. I mean, if we're not actively tanking, Geno Smith in shotgun again. Quick out route for Brock Bowers. Get to the boundary. Get to the boundary. Brock Bowers not. They're just going to end this game. No franchise record for the Browns in terms of sacks. Going to end this one. 2 seconds, 1 second, 0 seconds. The final score for our Week 12 matchup. Las Vegas 10, Browns 24. Shedeur Sanders had 209 yards of passing on 11 of 20 for a touchdown and a pick. Quinshon Judkins had 2 touchdowns on 16 carries for 47 yards. Dylan Sampson had 59 yards of receiving for 2 receptions and a touchdown. Myles Garrett led the team with 3 sacks of their 10 on the game. Geno Smith threw for 285 on 30 of 44 and a touchdown. Ashton Jeanty had 50 rushing yards for 17 carries. Tyler Lockett also had 62 receiving yards for 4 receptions. And Malcolm Kuntz with our single sack. Max Crosby with 5 solo tackles and 8 tackles in total. Well, Nations, where's all the Shedeur haters? This game was definitely not won by him either, so... Oh, I mean, you are such a troll, but tell me why this game was won by him if you think that this game was won by him. I'll tell you why not. I'll tell you why not. First of all, 2 really good plays by him. The Isaiah Bond throw that went for 50 plus, and also the Jerry Jeudy play that he fumbled, but still credits for receiving yards. Those were two really, really good plays, okay, that he made. Other than that, you're probably looking at, wow, he had a touchdown and it went for 60 yards? 66 yards? Let me put this in perspective. It was a screen pass 5 yards behind the line for Dylan Sampson that he ran 71 yards after the catch. That is nothing to do with Shedeur. Nothing to do with Shedeur and everything to do with Dylan Sampson. Yeah, I thought it was a knee injury. Very well could be like an ankle sprain, though. Yeah. But yeah, don't get me wrong, by the way. Shedeur looked a lot better than Dylan Gabriel. We're not comparing Dylan Gabriel to Shedeur Sanders, by the way. We're not. I'm not. Shedeur threw a screen pass to the right that was 5 yards behind the line, and that's supposed to be the almighty, what is it? The almighty, wow, he went for 71 yards after the catch. Like, we're not giving credit to Dylan Sampson, who made a great play. Could have gone to any receiver and made a great play. I agree, Canna. But yeah, don't get me wrong. I was happy that Shedeur had a good game. He definitely should start over Dylan Gabriel and whatnot. Mind you, for anyone saying that I'm hating, I'm trying to be a realist and put this into perspective so that when maybe Shedeur doesn't have a good game and you're like, wow, he looked good against the Raiders, maybe he didn't look as good as you thought. He was 11 of 20 and 3 plays. On average, if he went for 11 of 20, every play would have had to go for 20 yards. On average, roughly, like 18 and a half. Do you think every play he threw for 20 yards? No. Most of the plays were checkdowns. Most of the plays were in the flat route for Harold Fannin, Dylan Sampson. Other plays were just screen passes. Don't get me wrong. He was not perfect. He also made some really bad plays, especially when people were open, especially towards the boundary. Jerry Jeudy, he made some overthrows late into the game. But again, that's nothing to worry about. If you guys were here, if you guys are just tuning in and wondering, wow, this guy's hating on Shedeur, go back, watch on YouTube, Jared Hathaway Plus. You guys can watch the entire play-by-play. I really liked Shedeur's play. I thought they had a play call that was very solid for, a first career start for a quarterback. Easy plays, give him one look. Mind you, he had an interception. But mind you, a defensive guy like Charles Snowden, I call him Edward Snowden, but Charles Snowden, he looks it off like he's playing to the flat route, jumps back onto the curl, and gets the pick. That's what you're going to do against a rookie quarterback in his first career start. So, if you're asking me and you're telling me that I'm hating on Shedeur, no. I'm just trying to let you know that he didn't play as well as he played. He had 3 big plays that all went for 40 yards plus. One of them wasn't to his credit, right? The Isaiah Bond play was fantastic, right on a dime. Put him right at the 2-yard line. That's fantastic. That is a great throw on a bootleg from a rookie quarterback with a rookie receiver. If I were hating, I would be like, nah, that's it, right? So, if he had 3 plays, tell me how I'm hating. Just tell me. You guys say we're hating. You guys are saying I'm hating. You're probably saying other people are hating. Tell me how I'm hating. He was 11 of 20 for 203 yards. On average, every play would have had to go for 18 and a half yards. Most of his plays were right at the line of scrimmage, and they were made by the player that caught the ball. Do I want Dylan Gabriel? I think Dylan Gabriel is a fucking ass quarterback. Dylan Gabriel is a fucking ass quarterback. I'm going to be completely honest. I've been saying that Shedeur should start over Dylan this entire time. If you watch the game, I'm sure all of you guys are coming into this. You're hearing me talk about Shedeur. Don't get me wrong, the stats look great, but that's not the reality of this play. That's not the reality of this game. He made the right plays when it was right in front of him. Don't get me wrong. That's what a person should do. That's what a rookie quarterback should do with the play calls that he's giving. He made the checks. He's reading the defense a lot better than Dylan Gabriel ever could. Dylan Gabriel is a check down merchant. Don't get me wrong, Shedeur had a lot of check downs. Don't get me wrong. But most of them were yards after the catch. Most of them were right at the line of scrimmage, into the flat route. It was 11 of 20, made a few incompletions. His bootleg looks great. He looks really comfortable. He flips his feet well. So continue to tell me I'm hating. I love it. Exactly. Touchdown pass, 66 yards. That's all Dylan Sampson. Yeah, and a few times, like there maybe one or two underthrown balls, by Shedeur, but it was not crazy. Don't get me wrong. Drew Brees was, he could still make a big play downfield. Don't get me wrong. I watched a lot of Drew Brees. Why you not mentioning long pass? I already mentioned it, Pedro. That's why. That was a great play. Bootleg to the right for Isaiah Bond. Puts him right at the 2. Very well could have gone for a touchdown. Obviously got the tackle, but yeah, it was crazy. Who was selling on Raiders? D wasn't watching. I wouldn't say there was like a particular person that was selling. I thought our run defense was pretty good against that. So yeah. Every QB has playmakers. So who made the plays today? Because it was all the playmakers, right? Mind you, Jared Goff has a lot of screen passes that go for a lot, especially with Amon-Ra St. Brown. You're looking at Jamo. He's been developing as a player, just not a deep ball threat. Mind you, Jared Goff checkdowns a lot, right? He has a great running back core, but again, also playing for a better team. But yeah. Yeah, and mind you, a lot of people are saying, mind you, 2 really good plays. Everything else was pretty much everyone else. Mind you, yes, this happens for other quarterbacks as well. I'm not here to say that like, oh, we need to check every quarterback and whatnot. Win is a win. I like it. Yeah, wrist up. I know. That celebration is so cold, man. Celebration is so cold. Oh yeah, Patrick Mahomes is definitely a check down merchant too, especially a lot of those click flip outs. Like, oh, dude, they're very, very rough. I think Shedeur played better than Dylan Gabriel has all season. I think Dylan Gabriel maybe had like one decently good play that I think you can kind of consider. Wasn't that the game against Miami? Yeah. Well, not even. That wasn't that game. Let's look at Dylan Gabriel here. I know he had one good game. I just don't remember what game it is. 2 touchdowns. Maybe it was the Steelers game. Maybe it was the Steelers game. Maybe. From here on out, mark my words, it very well could happen. Patrick was throwing all over the yard. Stop it. Every time I watch Patrick Mahomes, like 50% of his passes are right to the line of scrimmage. Yeah, no, Kane wasn't great, wasn't terrible. He looked like a rookie quarterback. I agree, King. I agree. And a lot of the plays, like, were very, like, rookie quarterback heavy, right? Rookie quarterback heavy. Yeah, just like, hey, give him one good look. Give him solid. Just get a little bit of separation. Hey, look at this guy. If he's not open, you know what your second read is and whatnot. But yeah, I know a lot of people are probably going to be like, wow, Shedeur should be like starting next season too. I know they have Deshaun. I couldn't tell you exactly what that looks like. I think if he develops, don't get me wrong, Caleb. Don't get me wrong, Caleb. I've watched a lot of Chiefs game. Watch the tape. He can make the deep ball. Don't get me wrong. But when most of your plays, when you're going 26 of 36 and not even half, more than half are right at line of scrimmage or checkdowns, yeah. When you're eating up 7 minutes of clock every drive, you know exactly what's happening. Yeah, I wouldn't look too much into that, by the way, moving. It's the Raiders. We punted so much today, man. Or woman. I say man, but not that you're a man, but yeah, most people are better than Geno. And mind you, again, it's the Browns defense. If you know anything about the Browns defense, they're really good. Muzak, they definitely will if Dylan Gabriel's questionable or out. They definitely will for sure, obviously. But even if let's say Dylan Gabriel is back, I think they still should start Shedeur. And mind you, here's the thing, guys. Washington is definitely washed up. I haven't liked the past, basically the only season that he's played with the Browns. But Yeah, the what were you talking about here? He is ready. I would here's the thing. This is what I was going to talk about. The Browns actually have a pretty good schedule coming up. At least if Shedeur were to continue starting. Shedeur is a better quarterback than Dillon Gabriel in my mind. Dillon Gabriel does not know how to move out of the pocket. His feet get very stuck in the mud, especially when the line's moving back towards him. Anytime I've seen him play, I mean, mind you, he can throw, don't get me wrong, but sometimes a little inaccurate times and does not take, not his opportunities, but he sometimes have a tough time moving his feet. I also think the play calls was different today than what the Browns were last season. So we can blame him, right? Exactly. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, here's the thing. The Browns actually have a decently easy schedule, at least from like a defensive standpoint. I mean, the 49ers next week, you're like, okay. I mean, they got Brock Purdy back. I still think they lose that game. But the Titans, like, that's going to be a good test, especially for their offense. Their defense is going to be just fine. But their offense, the Bears even, that will be a little iffy. The Bills, I mean, there's just the Bills' defense. Like, regardless of how good their offense is, their defense is still always a reliability. Steelers, I know a lot of people are always like, man, Steelers defense. But again, they do kind of suck at times. And then the Bengals, they have still a pretty easy season. Like, they're not going to go to the playoffs, but they could win probably against the Titans. They could maybe just purely off their defense win against the Bills and maybe the Bengals and whatnot. Shedeur is QB1 till Deshaun is healthy. Waste of a pick for the Browns. Yeah, I would say Shedeur is QB1 if Dillon Gabriel, is out for an extended period of time. I would say so. Shedeur looks really good today in terms of like his comfortability. Just watching the game, I really like the way he plays quarterback. Sometimes his internal clock, like when he moves up into the pocket, sometimes he doesn't realize that people are still chasing him. He does not have eyes in the back of his head. Nobody does, but most quarterbacks, especially experienced quarterbacks, you see them realize that they have to get the ball out because somebody probably is running after them. Yes, exactly. Too comfortable in the bad habits. Like, he can flip his feet well. He throws off his front foot really well. His throwing looks really good. Had a few overthrows, but I mean, every quarterback has a few overthrows. But I wouldn't say that this game is indicative of like, wow, he's ready to play. I would like to see those bad habits kind of get the rest of him. Can't get the ball if you don't have options. That's fair, but I mean, you could at least throw it away instead of taking a sack, because the solo sack that he had today was because of that. Because he like steps up into the pocket, kind of gets the line of scrimmage and is like, oh, I have nobody. And then realized he probably should have just thrown it out. But mind you, when he did that, he was starting to run and move the ball into his left hand, so he couldn't like really throw it. Y'all looking too deep into his game. That's how you know he's special. No, Tyler. You're delusional if I think Shedeur is like a special draft pick in the 5th round. You can compliment people on their game. I think people are too hyperbolized in how good or bad players are. Like, people look at Cam Ward and be like, he's a bust. I think there's still some really good qualities in him. But Fam Dowdle tomorrow night. Yes, Rico Suave. It'll be fun to watch him play tomorrow. Oh, Jared, Isaiah, when will we be good? I hope that this offseason we just blow up what we need to blow up. And we should have a decently good draft pick too. Now, I agree, SH. Is fine. It's the ready of the team. I agree. SH, I agree. Shedeur should probably start for the rest of the season. I love how people come up in here and like either get validated based on what they think. Like, I'm a very realistic person. I know, mind you, like none of you guys have watched more than like a minute of my content, but I'm a very realistic person. Like, I'm not like, wow, like Shedeur he could start like 8 seasons in the league and bring this Cleveland Brown. Like, I'm not like that. Like, I'm very much like in the moment. Well, yeah, and a lot of guys have dropped, like his receivers have been very, very bad for his team. I think also Cam Ward throwing a little steam onto the ball, like too much steam for people to catch it. You're telling me Shedeur didn't make good throws that Dillon could make. I never said that. I thought Shadur made some really good plays that Dylan Gabriel could never make. The deep ball to Isaiah Bond, the pass to Jerry Jeudy, every other play from that was basically just a check down or just a sit route. So his pocket presence looked really good. He stepped up in the pocket when he needed to, I would say, though. Yeah, Cohen, I know. I had big hopes. Shadur Sanders made you watch the whole Browns game? That's awesome. That's awesome. I was excited for his first start. I watched a lot of Colorado games last season and whatnot. Yeah, I was also very interested. I mean, don't get me wrong. These guys know better than we do. Like, the people that are coaching, like, know a lot better than we do. But, Horchata, I know. But I would have liked to see him start a little bit sooner. Or, like, let's say if, like, Dylan Gabriel is, like... Mind you, Dylan Gabriel has still at least kept him somewhat in the game. So it's like, it makes sense that he hasn't, like, gone in. Playbook needs to open up for him and Stefanski. Coaches like he's scared. Well, he's also playing with 2 rookie quarterbacks, so it makes a lot of sense. You don't give a rookie quarterback a heavy playbook. I know a lot of people are like, oh man, he finally got first team reps. Most guys are still pretty comfortable regardless of first team reps. I think, knowing what I know, watching Hard Knocks, like following football as long as I have, most guys are like, wow, yes, there's a little bit of chemistry to be built. Don't get me wrong. That is very easy to do. Very easy to do. I know a lot of people like to blow that out of proportion. It's not a good argument if you know anything about football. Now, mind you, timing in certain routes. Tyler, tell me why it's not. You spend a whole practice working on 1, install, 2, the chemistry. Mind you, yes, they probably know how to make throws generally, right? Chemistry does take time, but the first initial push, especially with an easy playbook, is super easy to do. Chemistry is everything. So aren't you doing it if it was easy? Don't ask me, Black Sheep. I'm not telling you that we've mastered it as a Raiders team. But yeah, Trey Tucker and Geno, like, they got to go back to square one, dude. Because whatever they're doing is not working. Trey Tucker also looked gas after like 3 plays. Knowing what I know about football and a lot of the behind-the-scenes stuff, because I would say I follow football pretty religiously and have for many years, you know, played football, like watched videos of behind the scenes of like practices and things like that. Mind you, I don't know everything, but when some guy gets traded and can instantly be moved into an offense, that definitely tells you a lot. When someone can get traded mid-season and go into any type of offense and understand it pretty easy. Now imagine just like a guy getting, yeah, sure, first team reps for 1 week. It's not entirely too hard. Sure, it takes time to really master it. Like we see that with the Patriots throughout years. Tony Gonzalez, Jimmy Graham, especially with tight ends and whatnot. But yeah, Nationers, I need to go get some food. It was great seeing you guys in here for our matchup against the Cleveland Browns. The Raiders now ahead at 2-9. So that's going to be interesting. Looking at the tankathon. Yeah, well, and yeah, absolutely, Wanda. I mean, every quarterback is looking at film together. Like, every quarterback is looking at film together. They're understanding everything as it's coming. Mind you, not everyone's getting the same looks, of course, because there are different players, but generally, everyone can run in routes and out routes. Now, when you go deep, it's a little different. Kendall, welcome back. How you doing today, Kendall? But, yeah, the Raiders move up ahead of the Cleveland Browns in the draft order. Now, even looking at it, I mean, the Jets could definitely take a quarterback. It's going to be interesting to see if they can win a game of some sort. I don't know what their schedule looks like in full here, but they do play Atlanta. They maybe win against Miami. That would be kind of good. Plus, the Jets also play the New Orleans Saints, so one of those teams are going to obviously get a win. Now, yes, they could tie, but regardless, one of them has to lose pretty much. By the way, Josiah, no, just doing the watch party for the play-by-play of the Raiders games every week. Next week, Nationers, as you guys may know, we have a big week coming up. A divisional matchup against the Chargers coming off a bye. Play the Jaguars off a bye, even off our bye as well. We'll play the Chargers off a bye. It's going to be fun. But Kendall, I'm glad to hear that you're doing well. It's great to see you in here. Best way to hit the team where it hurts, stop buying season tickets and merchandise. Exactly. JSM, I've heard a lot about that. We'll see how that continues to go. Can Shadur's delusional fans please admit that he just wasn't a good game from him? He had good, I'll say this, W. This will be the last note because we've already talked about it a bunch. People are going to box score watch and be like, man, he threw for 200 yards and a touchdown. I will say that came off, all of those yards came off 3 plays. And the other side of it, he looked comfortable, but a lot of his plays were checkdowns. Other guys making plays, obviously getting yards. That's how football works. But don't get me wrong. It wasn't a bad game from him by any means. I just don't think people should look into it too much and be like, man, it's him. It's his season. It's time for him to start. You know what I mean? But he had 3 plays that obviously went his way. And, I mean, they gave him 20 passes. He took a sack on 1, so technically 21 passes. That's still a healthy amount of passes. But they also took him out for a few wildcat plays, which makes sense. 20 is not a lot, but I mean, it's not like 13. 13 to me is like not a lot for a rookie quarterback. Plus, they punted away a lot, so it's not like they did not stem a whole lot of drives together. And had a few turnovers and whatnot, but yeah, did not stem a whole lot of drives together. I'm sure he could be upwards into like the high 20s, low 30s in a good game. But yeah, I wouldn't say that Shadur. I thought that it was a good first game from him, but I think a lot of people need to look at a lot of his catches, other than 2 of them were downfield or were at there. Just hating to hate at this point. Then tell me how I'm hating, by the way, WI. I'm just trying to be a realistic person and tell you that, yeah, 3 plays went really long. That was 80% of his yards, right? The other side of it is that most of his plays were in the flat, or checkdowns, or 5-yard sit routes. No, there's nothing wrong with that, Tyler. Did I say anything was wrong with that? I think you're mincing my words, unfortunately. Tyler, you should listen to what I'm saying. And I'm telling you that 3 of his plays were for 90% of his yards. Okay? He had 1 good play to Isaiah Bond, another to Jerry Jeudy, and a 70-yard after catch run by Samson. You're not. And in your feelings, the kid had a good game. It can be worked on with more reps he can. That's great, Tay. I'm in agreement with you. So that's great. You just spent time typing out the whole message, and I'm in agreement with you. Yeah, he played with what was dealt, but I don't think that many people should be like, man, there's a lot going on there. I know a lot of you guys might just be tuning in for the first time. We've talked a lot about Shadur, his play, a lot more for checkdowns. Again, negative on him, you talk and would not be better. Sabuya. Yeah, it's way better than Dylan Gabriel. I've been high on Shadur, way better than Dylan Gabriel. But again, just because I talk about, hey, a lot of his plays were checkdowns, that does not insinuate I'm hating on him. I'm just saying that most of his plays and most of his completions were in the flat and for checkdowns. Most of his plays did not go for 18 yards, which is what he averaged because it was 200 yards for 11 catches. So did every play he throw for 18 yards? No. I'm trying to put you into this picture of what is happening. It's a great first play call. I think a lot of you guys like to be negative and are looking for an opportunity to be negative. I hope that you guys look at yourself and just be like, what is that person saying? Are they saying that because that's what happened? Are they saying that because that's what's hating? You need to ask yourself these questions before you start typing on your phones. I'm not hating on Shadur. I thought he had a lovely game for his first career start. I've said that 5 times now because a lot of you guys continue to come back in and say that I am hating. I thought the play call was really good for what Shedeur had with first week in first team reps, finally getting comfortable in an actual NFL game for the first time. This is not on Kevin Stefanski. This is not on anything else. Mind you, yes, you probably could take a touchdown off the board in terms of like, yeah, it was a great punt return with a 15-yard penalty. They're at the 13-yard line. A run up the middle and then a run for a touchdown. It's like, okay, that's a 2-play drive, right? The play call by Kevin Stefanski for what it was in Shedeur's first game was really good. Give him one look, and that is it. And he did exactly that. He looked good on bootlegs. He looked good on rollouts. So continue to tell me that I'm hating or talking negative about Shedeur. I'm telling you what I liked about it, but I also have to be realistic in what happened. And so if any of you guys are saying that I'm hating, you guys are probably box score watchers and didn't watch the game. You're looking at 203 yards on 11 of 20, a touchdown, and a pick. When 90% of his yards came from 3 plays. Isaiah Bond for 50, Jerry Jeudy for 35, and 66 yards on a screen pass. He did a great job. Don't get me wrong. But I don't think that we should blow this into proportion. Okay? Definitely managed the game. Managed the game well. Managed the game well. But anywho, Nationers, to all of you guys who are behind your screens saying that I'm hating on Shedeur, go watch the replay back. You guys can watch it on Jared Hathaway Plus on YouTube. The whole live stream's on there. So if you guys want to question my validity in talking about Shedeur and how this game went as a Raiders fan, then I beg you guys to go watch it, because I was praising Shedeur for 3 hours with how he was able to flip his hips, roll out the pocket. His pocket presence, a little iffy at times, but generally pretty good for a rookie quarterback with the line the line he has. On top of that, he threw off his front foot really well. He had good zip on the ball. So tell me I'm hating. I love it. Nonetheless, Nationers, great to see you guys in here. Make sure to hit that follow button for every Raiders play-by-play every Sunday or whenever the Raiders are playing. I know we have some handful of games coming up this Thursday. I want to wish you guys a happy Thanksgiving week if you guys live in America. Enjoy some turkey. Enjoy time with the family. Stop hating. Be realistic with yourselves, because it's nice to be negative about yourself sometimes. That's not what I actually meant to say. It's nice to be positive about things. I'm a very optimistic person. I hope that you guys can be as well. Change your guys' life. Look yourself in the mirror and ask, is this the life that I want to live? Because being negative is never fun. Nonetheless, Nationers, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Make sure to hit that follow button to join the nation, the realest community on the internet. And with that being said, Shedeur had a great game. Congratulations on the win for the Cleveland Browns. I'll see you guys next week. Have a good one, Nationers. 07. And peace.